Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside Packer backer, Bucks backer, WBA award winner, 30 under 30 or professional of the year.
I was not 30 under 30.
What were you?
I was
WBA?
Young professional. Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Young Professional of the Year.
I love when I ask him something that serious. He changes his voice.
Oh, what?
Becomes very
professional.
I was the Young Professional of the Year. So
Yeah.
I have to be very professional.
But
Sounds like you're giving the acceptance speech.
I
right now.
wish you would channel some of that Young Professional of the Year into your takes.
Oh, my takes are fantastic. If I was a young professional, then my takes wouldn't be as great. They're great takes.
You also manage a station. That doesn't mean you got Young Professional of the Year because you're good on the radio.
Had I been on the radio, I probably would have offended more people. So I probably
You
wouldn't
just gotta. I'm giving you an easy way to say I am good on the radio because of this thing in front of me.
I'm great on the radio. Yeah, we are great on the radio. Mostly me, and make sure you say the award-winning 1017 The Truth. And I decided, you know what? Since I came over here to our great station,
Kyle.
I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, I've been nominated for awards before. We had the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin was on The Truth last year, and then I come here and I say, you know what? Let me put some of that winning stuff over here. Shout out to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, and shout out to me, and shout out to Tori Lowe for also winning. So everything I touch turned to gold.
What about Brad? What about Ben? What about Strove?
Second place, Brad.
What about Chris Larson?
Brad doesn't know anything about
What
second
about
place.
content director?
And
what about the
it's
market manager?
That's the appropriate way to do this. Have you ever seen an acceptance speech?
What do you mean?
They say to everybody
Listen,
else.
Congratulations.
No,
to you two.
no. Brad, that's how you and I would.
Yes.
But
No.
boastful Kyle Wallace over here, Young Professional of the Year, has a different way of thanking people.
I'm saying congratulations to you all for me dragging you to this award. I appreciate your efforts and your contributions. Ben, I needed you to be able to tee me up, and Brad, I just needed you to react to what I had to say.
Tee me up.
And so I mean, this is what. Listen. I just brought ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Wisconsin, a WBA award. I already got that over there at The Truth in a couple years, but I wanted to bring championships here. I'm like LeBron. Everywhere I go, we win titles. What can I say? Actually, I want to be LeBron.
I was going to say, why'd you choose LeBron?
Well, of all the people.
Because LeBron is a team hopper, and so I can't think of too many other people that hop from team to team. I'm like
KD?
Kareem.
Brady?
I'm like Brady. I'm Tom Brady. I'm Kareem. Anywhere I go.
Brad, would you like to thank anybody? So can you please let the audience know what you're holding, what it entails?
Yes, I am. What I'm talking about is reason why they're thanking me.
Because you should be thanking KBN Nation. You didn't even thank KBN Nation.
They're the engine that drives the car.
Yeah, so what I'm holding here is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association trophy because KBN, Kyle Brust and Nortman, won Best Radio Show in the state of Wisconsin at the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association, and we beat out great stations around here. We beat out people from The Truth, people from 620. We also beat out Wilde and Tausch, those third-place losers. They got to tell us, ask how it tastes.
Third-place losers.
They are. It only took us
What
6
music
months.
is this?
Award show music.
Sounds like movie suspense music.
I want ratchet music if I'm accepting the speech.
800-990-3776.
Hey, touch the trophy. I got you.
That's for KBN Nation to chime in because you are a part of this. Although Kyle did not reference you, I want to know that this award means nothing to me without it meaning something to KBN Nation, right? Because without KBN Nation, there's no opportunity for us to have the WBA trophy that, you grow up dreaming about moments like this. About Brad holding his first place trophy in over 20 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
And without KBN Nation, none of this would be possible.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
No.
KBN.
You don't get to appreciate it. You don't care about them?
I thanked them on Saturday. But right now, I want y'all to say thank you to me. I said you're welcome.
I know from my point of view, second place Brad is no more.
Hey.
I am officially in the first place. We can keep the nickname going because it's still pretty much true in my real life. But I tell you what, is this what it
This
feels
isn't
like?
your real life?
Is this what...
This isn't your real life?
That came out
This
weird.
is not your real life? How did we win this award?
I should have said my first job, my first career.
Give the award back.
I like it too
Give
much.
the WBA
I like
back
it too
to them.
much. It's too much to me. I feel like a winner. Finally, for once, I won something. Is this what being a winner feels like?
It does. It does. You get to walk up and get your award, and you smile, and everybody claps.
I'm speechless.
And then the great thing about it, after you come home with all the trophies that I came home with, and my great teammates came home with.
Cool.
Everybody comes up to you at the end. Oh, you guys did such a good job. I listened to the show, or I listened to the show. You guys are so great. I said, thank you. Somebody took a picture with me. Hey, can I take a picture with you? I said, sure. And somebody also from a different radio station in Madison said, hey, I want to take a picture with you and shake hands and send it to my boss so he knows what winners look like.
Celebrity.
I said, listen, you guys are part of this now. I dragged you guys with this in KBN Nation as well. I want to know, what did Lexi say when she found out that you won first place for your radio show?
She's like, now you're first place in another area. That's not just her heart.
Well, you're
There's
welcome.
finally another place for your first place. I just made that up on the spot.
Well, Lexi,
she was proud.
It sounds too real.
She's proud to be married to a winner.
Yeah,
she's proud to be married to a winner. I'm finally.
She's never known what it's like.
I can bring home some hardware and say, baby, you picked me for a reason. Super Bowl, 2 Rose Bowls, state championship, AFC championship. Forget them all. I'm first place for the WBA. Let's go, baby.
She said about time.
Yeah.
Before we continue to celebrate with KBN Nation, because getting some texts and some reaction that they wish Kyle thank them, which I agree.
Thank you, KBN Nation.
No. You did your damage. Is there not award music back there, Alex Strofe? Is there some dull, uninspiring music? Because what also happened at the WBAs is our very own Alex Strofe, who produces Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, submitted for an award of Best Play-by-Play. Last year, he came home with the gold. This year, he falls short to none other than Captain Underpants himself. Jesse Whitey Tighties Nelson takes home first place in the WBA Play-by-Play Awards, followed by Alex Strofe. Jesse Nelson, greater than Alex Strofe. Alex Strofe, how do you feel?
Horrible. I haven't slept a wink since Saturday.
Oh, man. Jesse Nelson. Jesse freaking Nelson.
Living in my head rent free.
I know. You know what? It makes sense now why he's always super smiley, like, hi, I'm Jesse, but he had an extra smile, like.
Oh, he had a pep in his step on Saturday.
Did he?
Jesse was dancing to the music at the party. He was doing his little two-step. I said, go ahead, Jesse. That's first place Jesse right there.
What did Jesse say to you, Strofe? Did he give you like a conciliatory, like, you know what? I know.
Congrats
you gave your
on
best
second
effort,
place, Alex.
but I just deserved it this year.
No, I actually had to reach my hand out to him, and I said, congratulations. And that was it. That was the extent of our conversation.
What did he say to that? He didn't say anything?
I think he said thank you.
He didn't want to rub it into you, huh?
No, because I rubbed it in last year, so I understand. He took third place last year.
Oof.
But what do you do?
Well, thank you to KBN Nation for being a part of history of Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Kyle Wallace carries Kyle, Brust, and Nortman to the large market best radio show of the year.
No, I just had to show y'all the way, right? So next year is going to be all of us contributing to this.
And KBN Nation. You need to include KBN Nation.
And KBN Nation.
We are nothing without fans.
You know what? This is Kyle, Brust, and Norman, and it should have said Kyle, Brust, Norman, and KBN Nation. That's what it should have said.
That's what we are going to submit next year. Something that has to do with our fans who we care about outside of Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, those should be the first people you thank, Kyle. If you
Yeah,
accept the
you
award.
know, I kind of got
KBN
caught
Nation.
up in this moment here. You guys put the trophy in front of me, and I forgot my foundation where I came from. We would be nothing without KBN Nation. Maybe I still would be me, but hey.
You'd still be the young professional of the year.
I would still be the young professional of the year.
Jesse Nelson chimes in on the personal talk and text line. Oh, bleep. I didn't do the congrats to Strophy. Oh, man,
See,
that
it's
stinks.
on the winner to do that to the second place, not on the second place to do that to the winner.
First and foremost, if I lost to somebody, I don't want to go up. Matter of fact,
I planted Jesse to dance on Alex Strofe's grave today, and he forgot to record something because, of course, Jesse Nelson outsources all of his jobs, and then they give him one, and he can't do it. But that's why he won the award. You know, he's number one. Rumors have it that Alex Strofe had a pee stain at the WBAs. Care to elaborate how you got some khaki drip?
It wasn't khaki drip from urine. It was khaki drip from beer.
Oh, were you drinking away your sorrows?
he was.
It wasn't even my sorrows. I was just drinking away. That's all.
No, come on. It's okay. It happens to all of us.
I didn't pee.
You can't wear khakis to an event.
That was my bad. And so I had to accept. So Maddie Hayes, who does a great job running our social media on ESPN Wisconsin, she won the first place award for best use of social media. So I, on her behalf, accepted that award. Shortly after I had a beer in my right hand. It was a bottle of beer. And I was like leaning it on my leg. So I think it left like a half circle.
This is a lot of description for somebody who
Oh,
said
wow. I
something
just got
happened.
a picture of the pee stain.
Ooh.
That looks big.
Why wasn't I
wow.
given the picture so we could at least flash it on the video stream? Would be my question.
I don't know, but because I don't.
Who took a picture of it?
I don't know where they found it, but I'm glad we have evidence of the pee stain.
I'd like to see it.
I'm sending it to you. Will you please promise to put it up on YouTube, or are you going to be a lame person and not?
I'll pop it up. I have no shame. It's not urine, so.
Oh, okay.
So
because
you claim-
Very high risk.
Based off
attire
the way
choice.
that you described how you attacked the WBA night, it seems like you were doing a lot of drinking. So for me to sit here and have your word be gospel, I'm questioning that just a little bit right now, Mr. Strofe.
I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't think
honesty
he
is a core
recalls.
value.
At what point did you stop remembering things?
Later. I looked up my Uber receipt.
General.
It's about 1:40 a.m. So I had a big night.
Are drinks free?
For a portion
From
of the evening.
4:30 to 5:15.
Oh, so
Oh, you tried to cram it then.
No,
you cram it in
no.
those cocktail hours then?
They purchased. I say they because I had to drive back, and also, a champion should have to pay for his drink. So
yeah, champions get drinks.
Did you get treated to drinks because you won an award?
Strophy tried to treat me, but I told him no because I was driving. I'm a responsible individual.
course.
Good
course
producer
you are.
right there.
Yeah.
Well, I need you producing the show, not producing
Kyle's alcohol beverages.
drinks to be had.
Listen, I should have
He's
said
a grown-ass man.
Rain checked me for out here. Give me my celebratory drink out here.
Nah, offers rescinded.
Oh, wow. Jeez Louise. Somebody's a little
Expiration date on
jealous.
that.
Little second place jealousy over there?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, well, here's where I want to go next, Trophy. We hit on it in Mr. Irrelevant, which I was gratefully, happy to join you.
Were you?
I was.
Okay,
Yeah.
You didn't seem that way.
Really?
Yeah, you seemed like there was a little bit of envy there. Speaking of jealousy.
Oh, because you're a better host than me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I joined Mr. Irrelevant earlier today on YouTube at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee, doing whatever I can to help Alex actually win a WBA next year. My presence alone, because I've been touched by Kyle's presence, will now rub off to Strofe as he gets ousted by Jesse Nelson for best play-by-play this year. That is tough. You're not going to sleep all week. But Chicago Bears fans / Cubs fans were chanting some things in the bleachers. I want to get to that audio on the other side because speaking of pathetic losers, I don't know who we've talked about that's a pathetic loser, but we usually do. Strofe is one of them. Jesse Nelson, yes, that was a pathetic loser. We talk about more pathetic losers next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do this. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our
No,
feelings.
come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo,
now.
fuck, I should be doing this time. I should be 2 to 6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair. Dom.
Need any Homer
That's
one?
fair, yeah.
Us?
Yeah.
Y'all
2, 3, 4.
You're all the same.
There we go.
Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
If you haven't looked at the calendar, you better, because Mother's Day is coming soon, and we are ready to help with the Welky's Mother's Day giveaway. From now through May 11th, register at Welky'sMothersDay.com. The winner gets a one-night stay at the St. Kate The Arch Hotel, a gift card to one of the St. Kate restaurants, and of course, a big bouquet of flowers straight from Welky's Milwaukee Florist. That's Welky'sMothersDay.com. But if you don't win, don't sweat it. Mention ESPN at checkout to get 10% off Welky's Milwaukee Florist on its order. It's the Welky's Mother's Day giveaway on ESPN Milwaukee.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free, plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
A season of award-winning golf at Sweetgrass and Sage Run is on the horizon. The Island Resort and Casino stay-and-play golf packages are booking fast, with choice dates available early in the week. After your rounds, visit the Drift Spa for a relaxing or targeted massage session. And enjoy dinner at Horizon's scenic top-floor steakhouse. So many reasons to take a drive. Book your stay-and-play golf package today. Visit islandresortgolf.com.
Hey guys, it's Brad Nortman here to tell you about a great offer at Bank 5-9. I know we're all looking for ways to save our money, and at Bank 5-9, you can earn more by opening a money market account today. With rates as high as 5.3%, you'll earn more while working with a true local community bank. Be sure to check out their great CDs too. Helping you save more of your money is another way Bank 5-9 is making lives better. For details, visit bank59.com/MM specials. Member FDIC.
What are we doing today?
One of the employee owners has an idea.
Who is it?
Casey Goodson.
Well, hi, you must be Casey Goodson.
That's me. Casey has been with Kessler's for 22 years and became an owner 12 years ago.
We're excited to hear your idea, Casey.
I call it the One Collection.
But we've had special collections in the past.
What are you saying?
Casey, I think Rick is saying that this can't be the one collection because we've offered special collections in the past.
I'm not saying it's the first collection. It's a special collection of engagement rings for the woman that you know is the one. The one for you. The one forever.
What's in it?
Incredibly special rings for incredibly special women.
How much?
Most of them are between $725 and $2,800.
I like it.
I like it.
Me too.
When you have found the one, you'll find her ring waiting patiently for you to come and pick it up at Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
He's no longer second place Brad. You're listening to the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, WBA Large Market Show of the Year. What's the Tory Low? There it is. You trying to get on camera?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure it's on camera. I mean, I'm going to let it be in front of Brad, but it may not be in it. Here, Brad, I just want to set it up for you right, man. Set it up for you.
No, I see it.
There it is. There it is. Get it on YouTube
right
at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison for the folks to see. Just don't move your mic now. You're putting our trophy in danger.
Nah, you still can't see it.
Yeah,
Kyle, you got a best view of it.
You know, it just.
Did you guys know?
Stop
Moving the trophy. Strofe is good at utilizing the cameras to zoom in on the trophy. And the more you guys play hot potato, the more he's trying to keep up. Thank you.
Make him work.
No. Yes, make him work.
Who is this Brad Nortman?
A guy who won a WBA who thinks it means something.
Yeah, I'm first place now, Strofe. I'm going to start acting like
he's going to start bossing you around. You ain't going to like him anymore.
I'm sure your baby mom was happy you got first place, too.
She was so excited. I was like,
I said, oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
You're welcome. Your baby mama.
She does have some woo girl tendencies.
Woo girl?
Yeah. You know what a woo, like, woo. You know, like everything's like, woo, yay.
Oh, I thought she's just your hype woman.
No, just woo girl tendencies. Just like everything's woo. Everything's good. Yeah, it's good. It's positive.
Yeah, woo girls can be good hype girls.
Hype girl.
I like hype girl.
Hype baby mama.
You need a hype girl.
You really do. If you go home to a woman that's not hyping you up, King, you need to leave.
I think that's good relationship
I'm dead serious. I come home, see, what's wrong? Let me hype you up. That's what I love.
You got a good girl right there.
I know I do.
Not relatable right now. I'm just kidding.
Granted, I'll go home to a baby. So.
Don't matter what my feelings are. Go change the diaper. Feed. Pay the bill. Where are all the ding ding dings? Let's get to the audio from Wrigley Field. The Brewers dropped the series 2-1 against the Cubs. 1 game 1. Freddie Fastball not able to get it done with no offensive help behind him on Sunday's game yesterday. Now, there's a contingent of fans, and this continues to be a theme here. With no games played, post-NFL draft, Caleb Williams to the Bears, a locked and reloaded team. They have a lot of confidence placed in Caleb Williams in a franchise that has not done anything since, 2014, which really wasn't even that much. 2010 when they made it to the NFC Championship game.
I guess they
not beating the Matt LaFleur, Elton Jenkins in the Green Bay Packers era.
They won the division in 2017 and got bounced right away.
Yeah, they were like 9-8.
Yeah,
it was a down year. I think that was obviously the Rodgers knee year.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, let's get to the audio of what's the best way to describe these guys, Strofe? Insecure.
I think insecure works. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hear from the insecure Bears fans.
Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks! Green Bay sucks! Green Bay sucks!
Green Bay sucks. From the outfield bleachers at Wrigley Field, Green Bay sucks. Is there any more loser mentality than saying Green Bay sucks when you haven't won in the last 10 times against them? Matt LaFleur is 10-0 against the Chicago Bears. You haven't played a game yet this season. You don't know if Caleb Williams is real or not real. You know why? Because he hasn't played a snap in the NFL. Bears fans have gotten me to the point where it's not personal for Caleb Williams. It's more about the organization and professional world, that I am now rooting against him being good for the sake of not wanting to see Bears fans have success.
I'm totally right there with you. You know, one of the truths of life is that hurt people hurt people. And these fans are hurt. They are hurt, folks. And so what else are they going to do? They're going to try to hurt the successful Wisconsin fans, and that happens to be the Green Bay Packers right now. So you know, these Bears fans, these Cubs fans, man, hurt people. And it's just sad. I look at it and I have pity. It's pitiable when you look onto them to think that this is what they're going to focus on. You only do this when your own franchises hurt you so much to the point you got to take it out on somebody else. It's a classic, like, soft bully mentality. They haven't had anything to cheer for, so they do things like this. So the fact that they're taking this approach, as you said, Ben, before Caleb Williams has done anything at all, I don't have a whole lot of reasons to dislike Caleb Williams. I want to see guys do well, generally speaking. But, man, these Bears fans, they make me want to see the whole thing fail even further.
Can I expand on this to fire Kyle Wallace up even more? Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin reacting to Bears and Cubs fans chanting Green Bay sucks at the Brewers-Cubs game in the outfield. I get some texts over the weekend to my brother Jonathan, our second most delusional Chicago Bears fan from the South. Your Thursday show has me fired up yesterday at 5:23 p.m. Jordan Love sucks, period. Caleb Williams will be the best QB in the NFC this year, period. Weapons galore, period. You need to learn not to be a Packers fan, be a Bears fan to the core. I'm just disgusted mowing the lawn listening to your daughter is going to love what I give her next time I see her. Bear down, bleep bleeper. 3 hours later, love the silence. He texted Kyle Wallace.
Somehow I got dragged into this Brust family bitterness and madness, and I get a text message today while I'm working at 11 o'clock talking about same different stuff, talking about
same thing, different person.
Same thing, literally the same thing.
Guess who I was not thinking about yesterday at all?
Your brother.
My brother.
You left him on silent. I didn't even need to tell you who this is. You don't know who this is, or you're giving me the silent treatment like Ben was.
Or We have better things to do than talk about your crazy fandom of weapons galore and Caleb Williams, who hasn't played a damn snap.
I said, bro, I'm working. I said, I'm at work. I have a whole job. I'm not concerned about what y'all talking about.
And it's May, and they haven't even beaten the Packers in 5 years.
They get a quarterback, and all of a sudden they get all this hopefulness.
They get a potential quarterback. There is no such thing as a sure thing. What is that, Strofe?
Just the certificate from the WBA.
We got a certificate too?
Yeah, it's
It
like the
just says-
envelope.
The envelope?
And when they read it.
Ooh, I've always wanted to have an envelope like that.
You want
Here,
it?
can you
It's
put
yours.
it? Can you put it together for Brad to like unravel?
It's so official, like how they open up the envelopes. You'd think that would have evolved over time, like the way they do these awards. But it's still like the envelope. Such an interesting thing to do.
Yeah, it's classic. Very
I
classic.
guess.
Your overall reaction to the jabronis?
Oh,
as
you're
Dave
right.
from Aaron puts it nicely.
These jabronis, this franchise is terrible. It's egregious. It's just so. I mean, the Packers haven't won a title in 13 years, right? So, I mean, I love my Packers, but we haven't won a title in 13 years. And you have a city of over 8 million people chanting, "The Packers suck," or "We hate the Packers," to a city that only has 100,000 people. Like, this is just embarrassing. Don't y'all have better things to do
No.
to think about the Green Bay Packers in
Isn't it
May?
fascinating how many people you come across that are utilizing this as Super Bowl mentality material when they haven't even played a freaking game?
Now, here's the thing, though. It's like when we say the Bears suck, we say the Bears still suck because there's actual proof about them sucking. Whereas with them, they're just talking nonsense of things that they hope. They've lost 18 straight games to us?
Strofe, you're a fact check guy, but that's definitely not it.
Well, and that's the
Or is
thing.
it 16 straight?
What they're saying isn't even true. I mean, the Packers, look, they haven't had the championship.
Neither is whatever Kyle's saying right now is true.
How many?
I think it's 10. I think it's
Is it
5
10?
straight. I think it's 5 years.
Matt LaFleur has never lost to them before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
5 years.
He's been the coach for 5
Okay,
years.
so my numbers were high, but not far off in the sense of the Bears still suck.
There it is.
And that's why the Bears still suck is such a poignant 11 straight. Okay. Such a poignant diss because it's true. That's what makes it's like if you were to call who's like Brad Pitt, okay? Handsome guy, right? If someone were to say Brad Pitt is ugly to his face, he'd be like, okay, like what are you even talking about? But if you're actually ugly and you say to them, hey, you're ugly, it's going to irritate you because you know deep down you're ugly.
So you're saying the Packers are Brad Pitt?
That's right.
That's how
you're saying them, and you're like, that's not even true.
When I hear Bears fans say that, it's just so laughable. I literally just laugh and say, look at this poor team. Look at these poor fans. Look at these grown men at a Cubs game, a baseball game in May, chanting about the Green Bay Packers. They did this before after like a Thursday night football game that they snuck out a victory over the Vikings, I believe, where they're talking about the Packers suck. Like, what are y'all doing?
It's Joe in the Boonies chimes in. Are Bears fans forgetting Matt Eberflus is still their coach? Yeah, coach aside, talent aside, we have not seen Caleb Williams throw the football. And you know what happened when the Packers had Jordan Love as like in the perfect position, right? Coming after watching Rodgers, there still was doubt, right? He had 4 years. He proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of people who watched him, Rob Demoski, Jason Wilde, right? I didn't really believe in Jordan Love until he slaps it into your face that he's freaking good. Right? And so before all that, we didn't even know if the Green Bay Packers were going to have it. The Bears haven't had somebody who's a franchise quarterback since Jay Cutler, if you consider him a franchise quarterback. They haven't had a quarterback have over 4,000 yards passing. I saw a stat about their leading wide receiver all time, 5,500 yards.
Is that Brandon Marshall?
No.
Oh,
it was
wow.
from the 50s.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
And so you can have all this, but I'm going to go take a page out of the Kyle Wallace book. The history of Kyle Wallace tells me, well, the Packers, they have their way of doing things, and it continues to work out the way the draft developed. The Bears, the way they've been doing things, trying to put together winning franchise teams since '85, they haven't been able to do it. So why the hell should I believe it now?
You shouldn't. You absolutely
I'm not going to.
And when people lash out like that and they start yelling things like that, that's just envy and that's just insecurity. And that's what the Bears fan base is. They're a whole bunch of insecure imbeciles that are cheering Packers suck in May at a Cubs game because they understand that their franchise is going nowhere anytime fast. They're losers.
Well, and if you were smart, you would wait until inevitably the Bears will beat the Packers at some point. If you're smart, you wait till then. So then it actually stings Packer fans. You don't do it before you've done anything. So it's not only is it insecure, it's stupid.
It is, and I love it. Go ahead and let them know what you got up there.
Yeah, I think Strove's going to zoom in as best as he can to my computer. Brian Balaga famously said this on Kyle Brust and Nortman. They're a bunch of losers over there. Brian Balaga on the Chicago Bears. I'm gonna stick with that until I have to not stick with it.
The way Brian Balaga delivered that, he delivered it like a Packer O-lineman, didn't he? They're a bunch of losers over there.
Whatever they were drinking in the friendly confines there that are, you can call them the friendly confines or just delusional confines, however you want to put it. It definitely wasn't carbless because they are not as smart as our Brad Nortman.
No, they're not. Because carbless, it has everything I'm looking for when it comes to a cocktail. Guys, we had some family over on Friday night. Man, everybody was drinking carbless. We had a couple of different selections, but the carbless went faster than all the rest. I got some texts even after the fact. My sister said, hey, I've been drinking carbless before. I had that Paloma. Boy, that just hits different. I was like, sister, you know we're having carbless here at the Nortman household, and you know it's so good. That's because it has everything I'm looking for when it comes to a alcoholic drink. Let's talk about the taste. The taste is unbelievable. I am diving back into those fruit flavors right now because it's becoming nice outside. This is Wisconsin. It's spring. Summer's on its way. So like the raspberry, the cranberry, the pineapple, man, they're just hitting differently. But the classic cocktails, like the Paloma, like my sister said that she had, hits differently. Margarita, Moscow Mule, so good. But it's not just that. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to eat well. You know, I'm 34 now. I want my body to be able to still look good like I did when I was an athlete. I'm still an athlete. That's why I'm looking for carbless for that guilt-free experience. No carbs, no sugars, gluten-free, less carbonation. That means less bloat, and I feel better when I drink. Carbless, there's so many reasons to enjoy it, especially now. If you haven't discovered why carbless is so good, I want you to discover why Liss is more and find them online and at retailers near you.
800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. We'll get to KBN Nation plus KBN Academy. That's all next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
He now is off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artist. Choke artist, choke artist, choke artist. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You choked against TCU. You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison in Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Make sure you get tickets for the NTT IndyCar Series race at Road America June 6th through the 9th. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station. For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. Pretty simple. You just pick more or less on 2 or more players' stats for a shot to win up to 100x on your cash. And testing my skills on Prize Picks this playoff basketball season, it's the most simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Made my first $10 deposit and received an instant $10 bonus. If you have the skills, you can play for a shot at turning your $10 into $1,000. This playoff season, the star players mean more on Prize Picks. Keep an eye out for starred players on the board, and you could receive a 10% payout boost if they're in your winning lineup. Download the app today and use that code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? Louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft Greystone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft Greystone from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year. What, really? Wow. On 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
How many times must we take this disgrace? Another Bears fan throwing insults in our face. The Packers are the greatest team to ever play the game. Even if from time to time they've been a little lame. How could you ever love a team with Jim McMahon?
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776. We were discussing the bozo-ness, the jabroniness of the Cubs and Bears fans chanting Green Bay sucks without Caleb Williams even throwing a pass in a preseason game, in training camp, in mandatory mini camps, in any capacity for the Chicago Bears. Phil in Cedarburg, 800-990-3776. What do you got?
Hey, just kind of curious what you guys think, and I probably know what the answer is, but would you, if you had your choice right now, would you take Caleb Williams or would you take Jordan Love?
What would you do?
I'd probably go with Jordan Love.
What's your hesitation?
I mean, half a year. That's why he's had one half a year, and you know, and against San Francisco, he had a horrendously bad second half, which cost us the game. Horrendously bad. So I don't know. So he's been, to me, he's been really good and really bad.
I appreciate the call, and I'm fine with most of it. Horrendously bad second half, probably not. Maybe to the standard of what we had seen those 8 games leading up to San Francisco, it felt horrendously bad, which, again, I'm fine with using he only played 8 good games as part of your argument, because that is not, it is a 17-game season, it's not an 8-game season, and part of this is trying to figure out is if Jordan Love can put together 17 games, not to the degree of 20 touchdowns, 1 interception, but can he have a 35-6 year, right? Like, can he take care of the football? Like, is it going to be a 35-10 year? We haven't seen him in a full year. And it's so hard because in our brains, what we remember is usually what happens last, right? Because that 8-game sample size was so great, it's hard to get out of the head. It's hard to even think about the bad times, But what if there are? Like, are we just going to continue to revert back to, well, we know those 8 games in 2023 were so delicious that we know what we're going to get on the other side of this down spell? Or is the down spell going to be something, because he's going to have ups and downs still, right? He can't play as good as he played for those 8 games the entire season. But of course I'm taking Jordan Love, because I'm taking 8 games because Ryan Clark said it best on ESPN. They said, who's the sure thing of all the quarterbacks? Who's can't miss? He said, no one's a sure thing. Everyone could miss. Everyone can miss. And that is so freaking true that if you haven't seen them do it at this level, you can't trust it. We've seen 8 games. I'm taking 8 games over Caleb Williams every freaking day.
And it's 8 games plus 2 postseason games. That's why it's easily Jordan Love, and it's not even close in my opinion. It's unfathomably hard to play quarterback at a high level in the NFL. It just is. And that's why every quarterback, like what you said, Ben, is a prospect until they actually go out there and throw the ball. That's why you even go back and look at other first-round quarterbacks. It is completely hit or miss. It's a flip of a coin if they're even serviceable in the NFL. Caleb Williams is like a lottery ticket right now. It's like you have no idea what it's going to be. Could be boom, could be worthless. Jordan Love is more like a legit investment. Like, you know, there's already been returns, and you look at that and say, I can rely on that going forward. So Jordan Love, he might not be as good as Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams might be unbelievable. But with the information I have right now, proof of concept in Jordan Love and a complete question mark in Caleb Williams, give me Jordan Love, because it is so indescribably hard to play quarterback. And we've seen in the NFL, and we've seen Jordan Love do it.
With the way the Green Bay Packers ended last season, and we're talking about regular season, and the way that Jordan Love played, and then how they went into the postseason, and how Jordan Love led them in the game against the Dallas Cowboys. And he did not play a horrendous game, because honestly, that was the best quarterback play we saw against the 49ers in the last 2 times we played against them in the playoffs, because talk about a horrendous game. Aaron Rodgers had a horrendous game his last time in the playoffs against the 49ers. And so at the end of the day, as you said, Brad, we actually know what the potential is for Jordan Love. You don't have a team that goes 9-8 and being the youngest team in the NFL to make the playoffs in 50-some-odd years and then go and win a playoff game and don't think that this team has potential to go in the right direction. We don't have an issue at quarterback. We actually have a solution at quarterback, and we saw that solution for a whole bunch of young guys and a defense that was inconsistent. Jordan Love was the answer for this football team. So this isn't even a good question. It's obviously and easily Jordan Love.
Oh, wow. Kyle wins a WBA and just steps all over KBN Nation. Not a good question. You're dumb. You're this. You're that.
Mr. Phil in Cedarburg, how much I love how
Mr. Phil.
How I enjoy that he calls in. I enjoy he's part of KBN Nation. But, Mr. Phil, if you're a Packers fan, you should not hesitate about this. You have
No. You can't tell a Packer fan. You can hesitate. But what I did not like is him trying to continue to find every reason to not pick Love.
Well, yeah.
That is where I'm like, you're just searching to find reasons not to pick him.
Jordan Love did not perform bad enough for you to be thinking about Caleb. Should I take Caleb Williams? You don't know what Caleb Williams is going to be. You only take the unknown guy when you have somebody who is not good enough. And the Packers don't have that problem. We have somebody who's more than good enough. So we're not worried about no other quarterback or taking anybody else unless his name is Patrick Mahomes.
800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. Now, Adam in the 608 chimes in, and I'm not going to read this verbatim, but he talks about how football is war. And what we've talked about, Kyle and Brad, is Gen Z and the different type of personalities that you see. He says football is war, and I think you could read between the lines here. He's saying, I wouldn't want somebody, paints his fingernails, right? That's something that he does. That's how he's putting it. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying it's going to be unique to see a different type of personality lead a city that is in dire need. Like, they're at the Sahara Desert right now looking for water. And if Caleb Williams is that, but like he doesn't match the personality of the city of Chicago, is he, like, look, we can talk, like, let's just call it how it is. Jordan Love, Torrey Lowe joins us on Tuesdays. Kyle, you mentioned it. First black quarterback to really have the keys to the team. If he failed, was the state going to embrace him in the same way they've embraced all other quarterbacks?
No, I mean, if he failed, the leash was going to be shorter, because you look at Ray Rose, and Ray Rose went 8-8 in his one season as the Green Bay Packers coach. He only lasted 1 year because 8-8 ain't good enough. And so that's the thing. It's always a short leash. And so Jordan Love, had he continued to perform the way he did at the start of the season when his receivers were running the wrong route, I wouldn't be sitting here glorifying him and highlighting him and praising him. I would be questioning him.
Well, and that's why the Caleb Williams story, it could go really well for the Chicago Bears. It could also end catastrophically. If he does not perform well, he doesn't embrace I don't know if he's tough or not, right? He does things that I would describe as different, strange maybe, but he is who he is, and that's who he wants to be. But if he doesn't have success on the football field, the city can really weaponize those things against him quickly, and that could be
embrace.
a problem.
So there's embrace right now. There's always a honeymoon phase.
Haven't lost yet.
Yes.
That's what
Brian chimes in. Chicago love Dennis Rodman. If Caleb Williams wins, he can light his hair on fire and paint his toenails and fingernails in Chicago. I totally get it.
For sure.
I'm with that. But all I'm warning is if he doesn't perform, like you said, it could be a weapon against him.
And real quick, the difference is, too, Dennis Rodman could be that personality because he was peripheral. I mean, he was a part of that core, but he wasn't Michael Jordan.
He wasn't MJ.
So you're asking the leader of the team to not only connect with his teammates, who are general alpha males, in a city that likes to, and Chicago's a tough city, so for them to be able to embrace him, too, it's just different when you're like the number one main cast.
When this team starts out 2-5, and everybody's looking up and they're saying, what's going on? That's when we'll find out how confident these Bears fans are in Caleb Williams.
Good for the nail salons right now in Chicagoland.
Hey.
Yeah, good for them. Shout out to them. But we're going to find out if Mr. Phil in Cedarburg, who I love, is still calling us and asking us if we'll take Caleb Williams over Jordan Love.
800-990-3776. Love all the input from KBN Nation. Adam, you're welcome for reworking your text to not offend anyone. I'm here for KBN Nation, and that's why we have the WBA right now in front of Kyle Wallace, the biggest and greatest thing in the entire world.
This is ours, baby. This is for KBN Nation,
Wait,
baby.
now it's for KBN Nation?
Nation.
It was for Kyle Wallace
This is
earlier.
for you.
Very nice. KBN Academy with Alex Strofe, a very, very small part of our win. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
What? Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
That was A League of Their Own.
Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the book.
Bernstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Your local IKEA is rolling out new lower prices on hundreds of your favorite furniture options for both in and out of your home. Get a stylish home makeover with affordable deals during IKEA's Sidewalk Sale. Deals so good, myself, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman will be on hand for. Check out KBN live May 8th from 2 to 5 at IKEA in Oak Creek and restyle your home for all of those summer parties with friends. Plus, learn about even more savings with IKEA's family program. It's KBN from IKEA in Oak Creek on May 8th right here on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
I'm Ben Jewick with Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors. The crew is winning ball games here in Milwaukee and around the country. Our team stands ready to help your organization win across North America. Powered by Coakley Connect, our revolutionary facilities management platform, the Coakley crew supports clients across the country manage their real estate portfolio, offering facility-focused products and services, interior design, construction, new furniture, installation, and move management. We'll help you create and manage interior environments that drive your teams forward. Visit CoakleyBrothers.com and hit a home run.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And you know, there's more to being a local Wisconsin bank than perfectly pronouncing Oconomowoc or Waukesha. Or is it Waukesha? But rest assured, at Great Midwest Bank, we understand the local community and economy because we're a part of it. At GMB, we provide customized lending products that others just can't offer. Experience a hometown banking difference. Head to greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
A season of award-winning golf at Sweetgrass and Sage Run is on the horizon. The Island Resort and Casino Stay and Play golf packages are booking fast, with choice dates available early in the week. After your rounds, visit the Drift Spa for a relaxing or targeted massage session. And enjoy dinner at Horizon's scenic top-floor steakhouse. So many reasons to take a drive. Book your Stay and Play golf package today. Visit islandresortgolf.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. I've been telling you that windows from Universal perform better and last longer. Call today at 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions do apply. Tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my favorite go-to drink. That's Carbless. Carbless is a ready-to-drink, handcrafted vodka and tequila cocktail. Even better, it's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. And listen to this, less carbonation. This leads to less bloat. I can indulge in something delicious without having that health guilt. Carbless is crafted right here in Wisconsin. It has a flavor for everyone, from black raspberry to cranberry, pineapple and lemon, and my favorite, margarita. Find Carbless online and at a retailer near you. This is more.
WBA Young Professional of the Year Kyle Wallace is now an award-winning radio host. You're listening to KBN. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Large Market Radio Show of the Year on 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's time for our producer, Alex Strofe, to shine. No ding. Are you done with the ding, ding, ding? Because sometimes you, or your horn, sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. You just got to let me know.
Depends on the day.
Are you still down because Jesse Nelson won play-by-play of the year over you? Man, you know what? I would be down too. I would be down too. I'm not gonna.
It doesn't help when you laugh in my face.
I know, but I'm not gonna berate you too much about it because I understand.
Kyle, do you believe him for a second?
He should get at you every time you talk crazy to him. He should just bring up the fact
Jesse
that
Nelson.
Yeah, I mean, you are looking up to Jesse Nelson right now. How does that feel?
Damn.
Think about that.
And the thing is that you probably think in your head that you're so much.
Think about
better
that
than Jesse.
visual.
And the people that listen said, no, you're not. How does that feel? They told you you're not as good as Jesse Nelson.
I think I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
Well, you got to bring the energy. What are you at 10 right now, Strofe?
After that conversation?
Dead.
3.5?
Dead, not alive, no heartbeat.
1.
KBN Academy time.
In radio, our goal's pretty simple.
Just so you know, you really suck.
Have an A show or an F show.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
The same goes for topics in this next segment. This is the KBN Academy.
Those that can't do, teach.
It is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust, next to Kyle Walls, Brad Nortman. We have a deflated Alex Strofe right now. His ego is just stomped on. It's hanging on by a thread. But we'll bring it back up because he's going to do some great topics here on the KBN Academy. We don't know if they're A's or F's or over-unders or fill in the blanks. We don't know what kind of mental state he's in for this, but here we go.
Fill in the blank after last night's roast of Tom Brady, the greatest roast of all time. Which ESPN Wisconsin personality would you like to roast?
Well, I can't choose Jesse because I roast him every day already.
Yeah, that's fair.
Roast. Ooh. That I would like to roast or see roasted?
Either or.
I think it'd be funny to see Craig Karmazin roasted.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's where my head went as well.
Well, look at that.
There it is.
We should do
We're
a
all
roast
in
of
agreement.
Craig.
The roast of Craig.
I think
Not my idea, Craig.
I think Homer would be a really good one. That'd be a lot of good content. But then in the same way they do like the roast where the person that gets roasted does the final roast, I feel like he could have a scathing,
I have a
scathing roast.
follow-up question. Are you referring to the actual human being, Steve the Homer True, or are you referring to the man that is depicted on Josh DiMaggio's leg?
That's a great point. I like the caricature more. I like the caricature. Give me that Homer to roast.
That's a great one, Homer, but I'm right there with you. I was actually thinking Craig as well. I think Craig would be so good. And here's the thing. You know, Craig has a company. Craig is a minority owner of the Bucks. Craig got money. When you rich, you get roasted. You don't care because you go home, be your left
and you count it.
Exactly.
And you count with the others that roasted you don't have.
Yeah, exactly. So you literally, like, okay, look at you peons, you smaller people sitting here roasting me. All right, you guys go home back to your regular places and your regular vehicles. I'm going to go back to my nice, beautiful castle, beautiful home, and my beautiful life that I built for myself. So it's easy for rich people to get roasted because they're rich.
Wouldn't it be opposite though? The rich person would be like, "Why am I listening to this little peon talk about me?"
No, because
you got to act above the peons.
Exactly. Like, come on, just roast me real quick.
Now we know we can't roast Brad. Can't roast Brad. 2 to 5's enough.
Yeah, we'll save you.
Dave from Aaron chimes in 800-990-3776. Alex losing to Jesse has to rate about the same as Brad losing the Super Bowl. Powerful.
That is my Super Bowl.
Joey and the Boonies back at it. It's too bad I didn't stay late in Madison Saturday. I drove for Uber. Could have given Strofe a shoulder to cry on he clearly needs.
It's fair. Could have used you.
Chef Ed, that was Joe and the Boonies. Chef Ed, does Tony Cartagena get some credit for the award? Hell no.
If we would have entered that show in, they would have called us and said,
why are you on the air?
And
how did you stay on the air?
By the grace of God.
Coming up next year in Florida, a 10-day cruise for the nude. It is a nude cruise called Bare Necessities Tour and Travel that will spend 10 days hanging out at, is it St. Lucia or Lucia?
It's Lucia. It's a nice island.
St. Lucia, Puerto Rico, the Dominica, and some other places. Ben, I want to start with you. Would you attend a nude cruise?
Pro nudity? Not 10 days of pro nudity. You know what I mean? Like, just be like,
what's your limit then? Where do we cross the line?
I think I could do 24 hours there.
So you could do a one-day cruise?
Yeah, I could do a one-day experience in the nude. But 10 days is a little much. Like, sooner or later, I'll be like, then you start seeing, you probably just be taking it all in the first day. But after 9 days, you start probably looking at things like, oh, that's gross, or why is this person? You just start doing a little too judgy.
I'd peg you as the #1 nude cruise guy on this panel, but Brad Nortman, any interest?
Zero interest. Probably no one's surprised. I don't have.
Brad,
if you want to do it, that's
rumors
great.
have you're packing heat.
I mean, that's what rumors say. Who am I to shoot down those kind of rumors? But like,
that's crazy.
I would.
It's a crazy thing to say.
What?
I would imagine
he's pro.
A lighter. He's got a lighter in his pocket.
Oh, I thought about
weaponry.
Right to bear arms.
Yeah. I'm done.
Speaking of bearing arms, I feel like there would be so many things to look at that would be just so unappealing on a nude cruise. So unappealing. Like,
what do you think the age group is?
Think about like eating like dinner. How could you have an appetite? Because
you just eat.
I'll be honest. Do you want to see of 90% of the people you come in contact with, do you want to see them nude?
And that's the thing right there.
No, and that's the thing.
Listen, it sounds cool.
But what about the 10%?
No, but the 10% is what?
No, I'm serious.
Generous 10%.
And say there's 10% of this cruise. Would y'all be worried about a little blood rush?
I mean, listen, we on a cruise and we adults. We know what happens when you see something that's attractive. You get a little blood. You get a little blood from the brain down south. That's what happens. Listen, Yes,
Brain
baby,
knows
you
how.
are beautiful. What can I say? This is what it is. But no, I would not want to go on a nude cruise because it would get played out. And I told y'all, when I went to Brazil, I had this perception in my head that all these Brazilian women were just beautiful women. They all look like the videos. I went there and I said, what in the hell? This is not what was in Pharrell's
No
beautiful
blood
video.
going from Kyle's
Heck
brain.
No, I said, no, this is not what I expected. So, and then also, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know how I would enjoy being around people like that. Just yesterday, I was doing some stuff in the yard, and I didn't have any. I did you. I went commando, right? I was in my house doing my thing. Went to the backyard. Neighbor was talking to me, and I knew in my head I didn't have no drawers in sweatpants, and I'm like, this is weird. So I know I wouldn't want to do the nude thing.
And the thing is, you are held captive to the nudity. If after 5 days, you probably can't be like, you know what? I can't just put swim trunks on. I can't wear a shirt. You're stuck. You're held captive. You're enslaved to nudity.
Can you imagine saying after a week, saying, I don't even want to see nobody naked ever again? Like, baby, put your clothes on. Dang. I saw enough of this for the last
No more
week.
skin.
Dang.
No sundresses in the summer.
Woo-wee. I could never see that coming out of my mouth.
All right, let's stay dirty. Drew Barrymore, who hosts a talk show, recently said on her talk show that back in the day, the rough estimate due to my research is about 2003, she had a handwritten list of everybody she's ever canoodled with, and she accidentally left said handwritten list at the estate of Danny DeVito.
Over under?
You can't make this up.
I know. That's how absurd this is.
Wait a minute. Why was she at Danny DeVito's house with a list?
She direct.
I don't know, Kyle. Why don't you put 2 and 2 together?
Stop it. Drew Barrymore with a little 5 foot.
No.
Well, now you're height shaming?
I'm just saying, man.
He directed the movie Duplex that she co-starred in with Ben Stiller in 2003. That's where my research comes into play.
Duplex?
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
No.
Decent. Drew Barrymore, Ben Stiller, directed by Danny DeVito. Anyway, so Drew Barrymore left this handwritten list at Danny DeVito's house. I guess 2-part question for you. Number 1, a list? And number 2, Danny DeVito seems like a good person to leave that with, right?
Why is he a good person to leave with?
I feel like I would trust Danny DeVito with just about anything.
I would. He's a comedian.
Yeah. I don't think there's any good person to leave the list with. And are you saying, do you have a list? Is that the question?
I was more fascinated by the idea of a list because I don't have one.
That's because you have no game.
It must have been some weird Hollywood game, like some Hollywood drinking game. Like that's the only way to explain it. Is that they're at a party at Danny DeVito's house.
You mean how the paper got there?
Yeah, like what else would prompt you to write a list like that?
I don't have a list.
What, Kyle? Tell me then.
Why you get so quiet there?
Let me tell you, it ain't me.
Yeah,
the company I keep, my friends is players, and so they got lists. They got lists of who.
Yeah,
You've heard of this before.
Oh yeah,
I've definitely heard of this.
Brust has a list.
No, in the locker room, dude. There was always this. I don't want you can't talk about this.
Cool.
Not me, but others. You douche.
I can't say names.
Yeah, I'm not. Why would I call my
people.
dudes?
Yeah, exactly. No, lists are definitely real. But Brad, no, I never had a list that I kept track of. All mental. Because I've only been with one.
All mental. All mental.
I waited till I waited until I met my baby.
You're so sweet. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May, score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s, or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries, 5 times the entries on drawing days, and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Well, you thinking about updating your bath or shower? Turn to Kohler Services for end-to-end bath and shower remodeling, where Kohler design consultants and installers do the work for you. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Multiple sclerosis is an unpredictable, often disabling disease of the central nervous system. We need to show support to people with MS, and one way is through Walk MS, which is brand new in 2024. We embrace and are committed to bringing our entire MS community together, representative of all the various dimensions of our community, so that everyone feels at home and supported by the National MS Society. The excitement is building for the new Walk MS. Come see the community come together like never before. Visit walkms.org today and plan to join us around Wisconsin.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Nortman rolls on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Alex Strope, usually the producer of this show. But Ben Brust, I must have scared him away. Joined by the 6-year NFL veteran, former Badger, Brad Nortman. The Packer backer of the show, Kyle Wallace. And look who decided to finally stroll into the studio. Ben Brust is here.
Oh, was that our 2-minute break?
Yeah, well, I assumed that's what it was.
Oh, my bad. How late was I?
It was 3:02.
The intro started 90 seconds ago.
That's bad.
Yeah, Strope said he was going to just take over.
Yeah.
Want me to keep rolling?
What do we got next, Strope?
What's coming up next, host?
I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. Of course you don't know.
You came in on time for him.
809. I was thinking I was like, oh, they got this. They can do a live read at the start of it. I did not realize that it was the top of the hour, where it was the 2-minute break.
So you thought you were gonna be late. So you were like, oh, I'm gonna be 4 minutes late, but then I'll just come in. And,
No. I didn't know. I thought it was the 4-minute break where I went upstairs, grabbed my water bottle, took a little.
But you were like, if I'm going to be late, Brad can do a live.
Yeah, if I'm going to be late, we have a live read.
We were gonna do that, and then we said, you know what, Strophy, go ahead.
How'd he do? How was your open?
That was pretty good.
All right.
It made him happier because he lost.
You had 30 seconds to think about what we're doing next. What are we doing next?
Do you want to see Caleb Williams fail after the Bears fans were obnoxious at the Cubs game this weekend?
Oh, so you're taking something that I said. Okay, good. You went and looked. I did say, I professionally, I want, I'm not. It's nothing against the kid. It is because he is a part of the organization with the fans that are so insecure about the Green Bay Packers that by association, I am now rooting against Caleb Williams. It has nothing to do with the person and everything to do with the organization and the fans.
Most of my dislike for teams has to do with the fans. There's very few teams that I like, whether it's just the team themselves or even the people on the team, right? There's very few people that I'm like, I just dislike that player so much I want to see them fail. Usually it's the fans that fuel that fire. It's the same way. I mean, that's what makes the Bears so easy to root against, is because they make it easy to be rooting against them. They do things like this with, the Packers suck or Green Bay sucks, whatever. I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah, it'd be kind of fun to see Caleb fail, professionally speaking.
So I'm glad that Strofe basically read the show sheet and didn't see that I moved this segment to what was obviously the second segment we did, and then I was going to come to start the second hour here at 3 o'clock with a little Giannis talk. Since we did not get to that earlier, I kind of mixed up. So a lesson learned for you when you take my job is you have to, move things. You can't just stick to the script. It's a free-flowing show. Unless you want to just be a stick to the script guy.
Seems to work for you.
Is that a compliment?
Take it how you wish.
I will. Because I do actually want to get to the Milwaukee Bucks, as much as it may hurt, right?
Yeah.
Because you, of all people, Kyle, you have weird energy right now when it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks. Really, really, really weird energy. Because you're upset.
Yes, I am.
You don't think John Horst is good.
He's worn on his welcome.
But you're optimistic about next year.
Yes, that is true.
You believe in Doc Rivers.
Absolutely.
So there's just a lot circulating in that brain right now that I want to dissect. And it starts with this, right? It all stems from Giannis. When it comes to Giannis is the Green Bay Packers. He's the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis proved that he is the GM of the Milwaukee Bucks this year, whether for good or for bad. If he only wins one championship in his Milwaukee Bucks era, right? So he's got 6 seasons since 2019 where they had a legitimate shot of winning a championship, where they've come out with one, and 2 of which are first-round exits this year and the year prior. If Giannis, one of the most transcendent players in NBA history, a potential top 10 of all time type player, only gets one championship in his Milwaukee era, would you be satisfied with that?
No, I wouldn't be satisfied with that.
Would it be a failure?
It would be a disappointment that Giannis did not get that. It's hard to say failure only because of this, is that as a Bucks fan, I understand what failure looks like, winning only less 15 games in a season, getting an 8 seed, being happy just to get to 500, not over 500, but being 500. I understand what failure looks like. So it would not be a failure, but it would be an extreme disappointment if Giannis was only going to win one title in the time that we had him. It would be a disappointment for the city and the organization because Giannis's do not come very often. As the Milwaukee Bucks franchise, we went from Kareem in the early 70s all the way to Giannis until we got somebody on the same caliber in the same area as a Kareem. And so if we have Giannis and we only win one championship and then we have to go another 30 to 40, 50 years, if Kyle Wallace is in his 80s celebrating the next Bucks championship, that will be very, very disappointing. But based off the history in the past, it's possible.
Will you be alive or dead when the Milwaukee Bucks win their next championship? Put it on Twitter at KBN ESPN.
Oh, geez.
Kyle, you're exactly right. It would be disappointing. It wouldn't be a complete failure because Giannis did bring the city one, but it would be disappointing, and here's why. When you get drafted, when you go to the NFL, they take you to the NFL symposium, or the rookie symposium. They have a financial conversation. You know what they say to you? They say, from a financial standpoint, you need to treat the money you make in the NFL like it's the only money you're going to make ever, because this will be the most you'll ever earn, ever. So you need to treat it like it's never going to be earned again. It's the same way with the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis. If you're lucky enough to have a guy at the capability of Giannis being a top, he was a multi-time MVP. He was the best player in the league for a couple of years, still debatably is. If you're lucky enough to do that, you need to treat his tenure in Milwaukee as the only championship years we're ever going to have as the Milwaukee Bucks. So when you look at it and say, okay, did you do enough with it? I don't think one championship's enough. I think we have to cram a lifetime worth of Milwaukee Bucks championships and cram it down into Giannis's time in Milwaukee, because we didn't experience it beforehand, guys. I'm not sure we're going to see it again after in our lifetime. So we need to get a lifetime worth of championships with Giannis. I don't think one's enough.
And this is why I think, though this season ended in a disappointing fashion, though Doc Rivers has not shown the ability to consistently win championships, I feel like the season ended in a disappointment, but we still should have optimism for the future, because in losing, in failing, you find out more about yourself.
Oh, you sound like Giannis after a first-round loss.
It's not so much a step.
Oh,
it's
you
about
become
learning.
a mouthpiece now.
Listen. Doc Rivers came in with less than half the season left, right? So he came into a situation where he had to get the most out of guys that he did not know very well, right? And then you had Damian Lillard come right before training camp happens. The fact that this team got beat up and they saw where their flaws are, their deficiencies are. Doc Rivers said it himself. That team was more athletic than us. We have to be more athletic in order to compete. That team was in better condition than us. Ben was talking about it. Hey, they pressed you the entire game. They basically played full court defense the entire game.
That's kind of disrespectful in a way.
No, it is disrespectful. Yeah. You just playing full court press in the NBA for the entire game. That is showing you that we know that we are more athletic. We know we're more younger, and we know if we in your jock strap, you gon' fade. Jock strap, you gon' fade, and that's exactly what happened to the Bucks. So the Bucks realized their deficiencies and where they need to grow, because the key thing that they have They have Chris, they have Dame, and they still have Giannis. Now they just have to build around that nucleus and that core, and they do have a little window of opportunity. So I'm excited about next season now.
800-990-3776. Chef Ed took it a little too serious when I said, will you be alive or dead when the Bucks win another championship? You guys know I'm an old sucker, but I will be alive to see another Bucks championship. I wouldn't bet on it, Chef Ed. 800-990-3776. That's the ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line. You can get us there. Also, see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee. And Strofe has a very great view of the Kyle Brust and Nortman Large Market Radio Show of the Year. Just keep playing it cool, guys. Just keep playing it cool.
Thank you, KBN Nation. We love you.
I'm number one.
Finally. Cheers to and pour one out. We do it every Monday after the weekend. That's next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Oh, no, not Coach Booty. People said yes, good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but Coach Booty.
They call him Booty, Bud? Did
they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him
when
Booty.
I said,
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43, backing up from just before Hampton Avenue all the way down through the Capitol Drive area. Northbound's just a little bit tight between Locust and Keefe. Westbound 94, slowing from 25th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard, and 894 westbound, as per usual, slowing out of the Mitchell all the way to about 68th Street through the construction zone. Traffic is brought to you by Johnson & Sons Paving. Potholes are a pain when they pop up in your asphalt. Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole lot. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, clouds increase later on with a low of 49. Tomorrow, showers and storms likely with a high of 67 at the lake, 72 inland. Weather's brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Football guy.
Good morning, Tausch. How are you?
Football guy.
Old T's a little, I'm not feeling 100%.
Coming at it from different views.
No, just I think with all that little stuff that's going around and the long trip back from the loo, I'm going to grind.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
All Brewers games are on sale now. Coming up, a divisional battle with the Cardinals Thursday, May 9th through Sunday the 12th. Make your Saturday night plans for Star Wars night. Then take home a Mother's Day Brewers belt bag giveaway at the game on Sunday the 12th. Presented by American Family Insurance. Don't miss out on a weekend of rivalry baseball. Grab your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm here with Dr. Daniel Holub at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doctor, let's say someone is feeling some pain. That pain, it just will not go away. What's the next thing that person should do?
Get an appointment with one of the specialists at Orthopedic Associates, and we will work through that problem with you.
In your position, you help people get rid of pain. You help them be able to move and be active again. How rewarding is it for you to really see someone regain a certain quality of life?
That's got to be the best part of my job, is seeing somebody that's been struggling either for a short time with a fresh injury or a long time with a degenerative condition, and being able to find a proper solution for them, whether it's just a rehabilitation process or if it's a surgical process, and watching them over the course of weeks to months improve to the point of enjoying life again.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
The guy who once cheated on his first aid class and now an award-winning radio host. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year, baby, on 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Yeah, baby. Large Market Radio Show of the Year, all thanks to Kyle Wallace.
You're welcome. I'm glad you can jump on this winning train, and I love KBN Nation for really inspiring me every single day. I love this city of Milwaukee.
800-990-3776. It seems as if the olds of KBN Nation are taking the will you be dead or alive question a little too seriously when the Bucks will win their championship. Appleman in the Orchard says definitely will be dead when they win another.
Oh, wow.
Appleman mowing.
Dang, he ain't that old.
I know.
I mean, you got to ask yourself.
You start thinking
50
about
years?
Start thinking about priorities.
50 years, man. I mean, you're going to be 80, 82, Kyle Wallace?
Yeah, I'm going to be in my 80s.
That'd be sad.
It'll be disappointing.
All right, let's get it next year. All right, what do you say?
Hey!
Tell us real quick, because we do have some great content coming out of the Milwaukee Bucks right now with the Here District. Kyle, with the Here District.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm preparing for my cheers too and pouring one out. But hey, listen, a weekly post on the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite and a Bucks legend.
You're so genuine, I couldn't be mad at that.
Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA Hoops champ himself, talk about everything happening in the Bucks world and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball. Plus, they'll answer your questions too. Stay on the beat of the Bucks, even in the offseason, where you can find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or listen wherever you get your podcast.
Let's cheers to and pour one out.
The weekend is over, so let's pop some bottles. It's time for Cheers to and Pour One Out on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
It is time for Cheers to and Pour One Out here on Kyle Brust and Nortman. We start with Brad. Cheers to something.
I got a specialist in my sight for my cheers. Peter Bowden, long snapper for the Wisconsin Badgers, also signed with the Green Bay Packers as an undrafted free agent. And from the looks of it, the reason I'm cheersing to him this weekend is because Packers had their rookie minicamp. I saw some snaps, some videos of Peter slinging the ball like he did all year and for several years at the University of Wisconsin. Dude is looking good. He is looking sharp. So Peter Bowden, Wisconsin Badger, now Green Bay Packer long snapper, my dark horse to make the Green Bay Packer roster. And you know I got to give my specialist some love. Peter Bowden, cheers to you, looking good in green and gold.
Why is he a dark horse? As a long snapper, he'll probably be cheap. That's probably the most secure position he could probably win.
Yeah, he's still an undrafted guy trying to beat out a current incumbent.
They're all undrafted.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, what do you...
Fair. They're not like punters.
Yo, Goody drafted a long snapper. Strofe, I'm not losing my mind, right?
No.
Goody, when did he draft the long snapper?
In the same year that he drafted J.K. Scott.
I think you're right, but I can't remember his name.
That's how good he was.
Is he still not on this team? Huh?
No.
Oh, Goody. He's come a long way. He's come a very, very long way. Stupidity is no longer 100% in his mind.
Well, Anders is still with you, so.
Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. But my cheers to is that I want to cheers to somebody that got us a victory against the Chicago Cubs in this series. And the only one to get the victory in this series was not Pat Murphy, who I do love, but Ricky Weeks. I want to say cheers to Ricky Weeks for going 2-0 as a manager when he filled in for Pat Murphy when Pat Murphy was suspended for standing up for his team. He beat the Rays and then he beat the Cubs. And the reason I want to cheers to Ricky is because Ricky not only acted as the current manager for the Milwaukee Brewers, but he also was drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers and played most of his career with the Brewers. He's a Brewers legend. So I just want to say shout out to Ricky Weeks. And though it doesn't count as victories for him, he was still the man managing this team. So going from player, drafted by the Brewers, to now active manager for 2 days. Cheers to Ricky Weeks on helping this team win when he had to step up for Pat Murphy.
I got to cheers to what was a great day yesterday right off the lake at the Summerfest grounds. It was the MS Walk, and $300,000 raised. A wonderful time to get out. Was with some teammates, and the featured story on stage was from one of our great partners here across ESPN Wisconsin, Good Karma Brands, and that's Palermo's. You know, I love Frozen Pizza Friday. I forgot, just a thing now with the kid. We have decided Frozen Pizza Friday will be branded forever. It ran in her family. It's going to start running in ours. A great story was told from one of our great partners that, I won't name him unless you would want to. But just know that a great thing was done. $300K was raised, and we walked, and I got to put my beautiful daughter in the Ti Amo Pizza, which I believe is I Love Pizza with a Palermo's logo on it. She looks so freaking cute, and we had a great time at the walk. So cheers to the money raised to the MS.
Real quick, just want to follow up. Hunter Bradley was the long snapper drafted by Goody the first year he was the general manager, 2018 NFL draft, 7th round pick.
Look, I'm a specialist, and to do that with your first draft, it's a bad look.
Yeah, that's bold.
That's a bad
Hunter
look.
and a long snapper.
And for the special teams to suck after that is tough.
Hunter Bradley is an American football long snapper who is a free agent. And he was drafted only what?
How many long snappers have been drafted ever?
Well,
it's got to be a handful.
If you're going to say, even within the last 30 years.
I really don't care, Brad. I'm just
Okay.
my goodness.
I see how it is. All right.
This is Hunter Bradley only played for the Green Bay Packers.
How many years?
5.
Well,
5 years of NFL experience.
For a long snapper.
He was drafted, though. I'm not no shot at long snappers, but I'm telling you this
no
right
shot.
Now. If I was to practice, when I was in high school, had I practiced to be a long snapper and put some weight on, I could have long snapped in the dang
15
NFL.
Total long snappers drafted in the NFL.
That's my math. It's about 15. It might be 16 or something.
Yeah, close enough to a number to realize Goody's made history.
Wow. Not the list you want to be on for.
All right, pour one out to Goody for
right. Yeah, for real. Okay, so I'm going to pour one out to Tom Brady. That one might sound obvious because he got roasted last night. It's been obviously a lot of tread on that tire has been talked about today. But I'm going to pour one out for Tom Brady's reputation. To me, this seemed like a really strange career move for him. I don't know. Usually when you get roasted in a television manner, usually for someone that was in the spotlight, was a kind of a big deal a while ago, and they're just trying to grab attention by any means necessary, even if that means putting all your stuff out there. So it seemed like a really strange move for me to a guy who's still relevant and is transitioning into the booth at Fox, and he probably wants to maintain that reputation. So to me, it was just a strange decision by Tom Brady and his PR camp. So pulling out Tom Brady's reputation.
I think that's completely wrong. I think that's like the worst take you've had since your last Hear Brad out.
No, I think it was weird. I think it was...
It makes you more likable if you let people roast you, and when you go into TV, it just creates... You're getting to know Tom Brady more. Even if you didn't know anything, you now know more, and you want to know more about the people that are going to be calling these games. You want to be able to connect with them. He's not someone you're used to be able to connect with, because he was the GOAT, 7 championships, right? He just was.
Yeah, but there's certain roles where I think that's a good thing. Maybe if it was doing like radio or TV, the TV studio, but calling games feels much more professional and buttoned up than to do like a roast.
I'm just saying I don't want it to be as professional and buttoned up. I want to have fun when I'm having these broadcasts.
I didn't even know this occurred until I saw something about they talked about Kim Kardashian. So
she was part of the roast team.
When did this even happen?
Last night. Live on Netflix.
Oh, you guys knew this was happening?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Had no idea. Literally no idea.
Dude, your job is to know that this is happening.
Well, y'all didn't say anything.
It's not our job to be current in the sports. Alex, am I wrong on this one?
What are you doing this weekend?
Please
I
speak.
Can't wait to the Netflix roast.
It is part of his job to know what is going on in the sports.
This has been a big deal for like 2 months.
I legitimately had no idea he was getting roasted.
Yes, but you also have social platforms to go on to follow the right people and get an algorithm that just doesn't have booties in your face.
Exactly. Big booty Judy's on mine and sport and Packers and Bucks. It doesn't have Tom Brady. That's what it is. I can't help that.
Big booty Judy.
Big booty Judy's, Packers and Bucks. Kyle's social media algorithm.
I'm pouring one out for Kyle of his, what do you always call her, your baby?
Boo Bear.
If she ever gets a hold of that cell phone.
Listen. She got all access to my phone. She know what it is. It's all her. She the big booty Judy I'm talking about. But are we still doing thumbs down or pour one out? We done. The music ended.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Because he had his thumbs down.
I'm going to give
He was
you.
pouring out.
Oh, okay. I'm like, are we still doing cheers?
Ron,
Pour one out?
Kyle
No.
does have Twitter. He just refuses to utilize it correctly.
Listen, I follow what I follow. I really had no idea this was happening.
Do you follow Adam Schefter?
Probably don't.
That should be a requirement.
Are you kidding
That
me?
should be an absolute requirement.
Let me check. I follow y'all.
Do you follow Woj? Do you follow?
I guess I don't get Woj.
Like you need news in your Twitter feed, not big booty Judy's.
Well, when we had our little pre-show conference, y'all should have told me who to follow. Y'all should have known that I legitimately.
I didn't know you were.
What
on
do
the
you
gram.
follow?
I'm on the
Actually,
gram.
he said, I follow y'all. You don't follow me.
I don't follow you on Instagram.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
Platform, Stroh.
Oh, wow, Stroh. I'm sorry.
Twitter.
Did you follow him?
He followed me. I just followed you. We're friends on Instagram.
Yeah, we're friends on Instagram.
I'm on the gram, but I don't.
Are we discussing Instagram right now?
Wait a minute. What is his name? Woj? What is his name on Instagram? I mean,
His
Adrian
name is
Woj.
Adrian Wojnarowski. It is Woj ESPN.
I just followed him now. He has a new follower.
How about Schefter?
Adam Schefter? Nope, follow. I just clicked it.
How about Jason
Rick from
Wilder?
Madison. I'm with Kyle. I'd rather be looking at the big booty Judy than Tom Brady getting roasted.
Thank you. I follow Jason.
How does it make you feel?
He's not
Jason's
Jason
much
Wilde.
more accomplished than I am.
And shout out to whoever said that. I mean, yeah.
800-990-3776. Who should Kyle Wallace follow on Twitter so he doesn't miss actual news?
Well, thank you. I appreciate this. Thank you, KBN Nation, for doing something that my co-host didn't do. I'm sitting here doing this job for months without following Shefty and Woj.
Imagine how much better imagine how much better you would be if you took accountability.
I won this without following.
Who'd you pay?
Guys.
Who'd you pay?
Pretty damn good.
Who'd you pay?
Pretty damn good.
800-990-3776. I would love to take this call, but we got to get to Jason Weldy next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake, okay? I had to step through snow in order to get to the lake.
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
He's
Kyle,
high maintenance, for sure.
I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up, so I expect for this stuff to be piled.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got a few backups left around the area. Westbound 94 from about 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound 43 is tightening up a bit around the North Avenue curve all the way up to Keefe. Southbound slowing down from just before Hampton Avenue all the way down to Keefe. And then on westbound 894, that's still backed up out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 68th Street. Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway, a quarter-mile long drag strip plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedule and ticket information at GreatLakesDragaway.com. A check of the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Clouds increase later on with a low of 49. Tomorrow, showers and storms likely with a high of 67 at the lake, 72 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus, a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
From big tailgate parties to cozy dinners for two, the freshest ideas start with a stop at Century Foods. Now through Wednesday, save on 8.8 to 12-ounce selected varieties Kellogg's Kids cereal, 2 for $6. 6 to 24-ounce selected varieties Frito-Lay party-sized chips or dips, 2 for $9. 12-pack cans selected varieties Super Chill Soda, $4.49. 64-ounce selected varieties Old Orchard Juice, 2 for $5.
Hey, why'd you throw my glass across the room?
I have to keep practicing.
The vase from Aunt Sophie?
I'm warming up in case I get to take the mound at American Family Field. Read this.
Win the ultimate baseball fan experience at Century Foods?
You either get to throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field during batting practice. My new TV!
Just doing a little batting practice of my own.
The ultimate baseball fan experience. Return the entry form found in the weekly ad to any Century by July 24th.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to plant and grow your dream yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like $3 off select Miracle Grow Moisture Control Potting Mix or Organic Raised Bed and Garden Soil. 40-pound bags of Estate Sun to Shade Lawn Seed Mix, $109.99. And 32-ounce Bio Advanced Tree and Shrub Protect and Feed Concentrate, $21.99 after $5 mail-in rebate. Plus, visit our outdoor garden centers, now open at select Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores.
Eagle Sports Range has an unbeatable offer on concealed carry license classes. For just $49, enroll in their 3-hour class led by expert instructors prioritizing safety. Learn laws, techniques, and mindset for responsible carrying. Stick around for an optional hour of range time with instructors included in the package. Practice under professional guidance and gain confidence. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day at 2525 East Layton Avenue in Cudahy. Secure your spot at eaglesportsrange.com. Eagle Sports Range, where safety meets skill.
He's no longer second place Brad. You're listening to the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year. Kyle Brust and Nortman on 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Tell me now, do you want it? 'Cause these dancing feet don't cry.
Joining the WBA Large Market Show of the Year is Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch. Third place. We heard that Jason voted for us, which was very kind of him. We've just been having some fun with it, Jason. Hope you're having a great Monday. Welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. This doesn't bother me at all. I don't know if you're trying to bother me. I did not vote. I don't know who votes on this because obviously they're not very good at it. They voted Jesse Nelson as the large market play-by-play announcer.
That's a really, really sore subject right now. Alex Strofe is still recovering right now.
Alex Strofe? How about Bob Uecker, Wayne Larrabee, Matt LePay, Jeff Levering? Like, the list, Homer. Like, I mean, come on.
Strofe actually defeated Homer last year. It might delegitimize, make this not legitimate, but
again, you're making my point for me. So I'm glad that you guys have a new liner. You can be very proud of that.
Are you saying the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association isn't a legit organization that's been around for 90 years, Jason?
I'm not saying that at all. You're saying that, it sounds like.
It's a very legit organization. I love the people there, and they love me.
Sounds like Jason doesn't like you guys very much, and he doesn't think my play-by-play is
No. He ain't a fan of anyone.
Jason's taking shots at everything.
Jason will
wait a minute, Jason. I think they have your certificate for third place back in that.
Kyle, that was lame. We were at a perfect endpoint there, and then you just had to be a douche.
Well, you shouldn't have took shots at us and my boy Trophy. Trophy, you're great.
See, now you've taken the WBA. Now you're taking this WBA win way too far.
And also, I'd like to speak for the record that look, I have to work with Jesse every day, and yes, I did use the word "have to."
That deserves an award
I'm happy
itself
for him. He's really excited. He's really proud of himself. He decided to dedicate an entire portion of our program to celebrating his victory as well, which again says something. You can decide what it says, but that says something.
Wait, his award wasn't related to your show, Jason, and he took time of your show to take a victory lap about something that had nothing to do with your show.
Right. not only that, but like we had this great topic about like the moments, your first moment as a Packers fan, like first great moment you remember, because Walter Stanley, who was a return man in the 80s, his son was signed by the Packers after a tryout at the rookie camp. So we have this great topic. We get this text in from Jim in Indianapolis, who, you know, moved to Indianapolis as a child, and obviously Packers games weren't on in Indianapolis, and they didn't have Sunday Ticket and all this stuff back then when this happened. So his dad got a special radio antenna that allowed them to pick up 620 WTMJ, which had been the home of Packers games on the radio for like 90 years, apparently as long as the WBA awards have been handed out. And it's this cool story about how they would sit around the kitchen table and listen to the games because they couldn't watch them on TV because they didn't live in Wisconsin anymore. And Jesse read that text with such dismissive disinterest because it was taking away from time being spent celebrating his award. So again, I'm happy for you guys, but my point to him, and you guys, this is your show, do it however you want. Our job is to entertain and inform our fans, our listeners. I don't think that they care about Jesse's award. I'm glad Jesse's happy with it, or I'm glad you guys are, but they want to hear the straight dope. They want to hear the information. They want to be entertained by the wacky hijinks of KBN. They don't need your victory lap. They want more good content. They want another day of the greatest show in BA history, or whatever we're calling it.
2023.
Yeah, we'll take it year by year. No, honestly, we really haven't talked about it that much. We've just had the liner play.
Not at all. Not at all.
But I wanted to talk about it because I wanted you to say everything you said to us right away, because I thought that was gold. And you are a part of this award, Jason. You are a part of this.
Yes, he is.
No, I do not. I do not need your participation trophy. Thank you very much.
All right, I do want to hit on the fact that I feel as if over the last 3 to 4 years, it is around this time period has either been the Milwaukee Bucks in the playoffs or getting knocked out of the first round. And is Aaron Rodgers going to be back? The NFL draft, this is a time period in which I've been seeing some content about the Packers rookies. What can you tell us that is the most interesting thing to come out of the Packers rookies being on field, even if they haven't done a whole lot?
Yeah, well, I don't. How much time do we have left in this segment after all the celebrations?
We have 5-6 minutes for you to continue to help us grow our show to win in 2024.
Yeah, I serve that as my primary goal. Look, I think, we spent 2 days with practices. Today we got to talk to Jeff Hafley for the second time since they hired him, which was really, really interesting to hear kind of the process of how they're going about building out this defense because, while they're not starting from scratch necessarily, it is different than what they ran with Joe Barry. So there's a process there. But to me, to answer your question about the rookies, it's 2 days of practice with a trimmed down playbook so they don't look like they're completely confused by everything. But what you can see is speed and athleticism. And that ties in, especially defensively, to what the Packers are going to want to do with Jeff Hafley's system. He kept talking about how important it is for things to be simple so guys aren't thinking so much. And I don't think he intended it as a shot at Joe Barry's system. I don't think that was his intention at all. So I want to make it clear that he wasn't being a jerk about it. But he also said that we're not going to be passive. Guys are going to get up the field and attack. And all those things are direct opposites of what they kind of did with Barry's system, right? I mean, you would consider that passive. It was about keeping everything in front of you. It was an umbrella style of defense. So that was obviously part of the goal. Their defensive linemen did not get upfield. Their job was to hold the point of attack and then fill the gap the running back was going through. I mean, it was not an attacking, aggressive scheme. And while they're not going to play a bunch of man coverage constantly, they want to play more zone so they can have eyes to the football, so they can improve on their 7 interceptions they had as a team last year. it is going to be different. And so it was interesting to hear him because this allows, I would say, even the rookies to have a chance to be starting out not on the exact same level as the veterans, but basically they're going out there and they're working on fundamentals and techniques that are going to be different than what they've played in the past. And for you guys who've all played sports before, we all know that fundamentals are so important. Well, if they're going to be different than what you've been previously doing, then it's really important that you teach them. And that's exactly what's happening. So, if you want names of rookies, there were a bunch of rookies that showed a little something in practice. The two linebackers, the two of the three safeties, because Oladapo is not able to participate yet. They had Jordan Morgan, the left tackle, at left tackle, but they're not committed necessarily to him being a left tackle. So lots of different things that have unfolded there, but we're a long way from knowing much about any of these guys after 2 days in shorts.
Well, so that's what I was going to ask you next, Jason, because we know Goody's approach to building this roster is to basically try to do what he did last year, is try to draft these guys, go young, and fill it in on the defensive side of the football. So when did you know last year that those offensive guys that Goody drafted as rookies were like, okay, these guys are dudes? And when do you expect to see that and know that, but if it's going to work out from the defensive side of the ball for this year?
Yeah, look, they did turn out to be dudes, right? Like Dontavion Wicks has been impressive to me. Obviously, Jaden Reed, who led them in receiving, was impressive. I think Jaden Reed, the way he carried himself, kind of made a good impression early. And then he did make some plays during training camp, obviously, that jumped out. But I don't think any of us thought he was going to be their leading receiver. The same with Wicks. Like, when I watched Wicks, I was like, God, this guy, he moves like Devontae Adams. But there was no way I was going to go on the radio and say, this guy's the next Devontae Adams. But by the end of the season, after you'd seen some of the things he did, you can see him in that vein, right? So we're nowhere – I was nowhere near thinking that about these guys at this point. Tausch loves to give me a hard time about this, but I would maintain that my assessment was correct, that in 2022 when we went to the rookie camp, I said Christian Watson looked tall and fast but wiry. He chose to change that word to spindly, which I don't really like. But the point being, he needed to get into an NFL weight room. And if you look at the 2 years of his injuries that he's had and the hamstring issues he's had, he hasn't been super durable. So, that was probably a fair observation of him, right? So, again, we're a long ways away. It's a really good question, Brad. I don't think until midseason or later will we have an idea. And again, on defense, I don't think it's exactly like the offense last year because I think it's going to take some time for them like it did with the offense, but they have veteran players. Like wide receiver and tight end last year, I mean, even Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs who were the air quote veterans, they were barely veterans. And so I think the expectation here defensively is for these guys to be a little further along because they've got a lot of guys who've played in the league before, starting with Kenny Clark, but also with a guy like Xavier McKinney, who they brought in to lead this group.
Hey, Jason, I know you just gave a great answer for there, but I just want to know this. The follow-up is, do you see anybody? Did anybody pop? Is there a name? Like you said, you saw Tay Wicks. I'm just trying to get out of
I listened to your great answer, but I want more.
Well, no, because he said Tay Wicks is somebody that he said popped early on.
He needs more time. They've had two freaking practices.
In 2 days, did Adrian Cooper, was he flying all over the field? Like, was there somebody there you're like, that guy can fly. There might be something there.
Best radio show in the state, huh?
I tried to cut him off, Jason. I tried.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you guys great. Yeah, look, again, I think there are moments that you see flashes of what they're capable of doing. But again, Adrian Cooper moves, he's fast and he's long. There's no denying that watching him play. He picked up a fumble on Friday and ran it back, but I don't think he forced it. I don't know if Kalen King forced it or who did. But look, I usually look more for traits right? Like, is this guy a really big dude, or does he look really fast?
Javon Bullard. Just real quick, Javon Bullard.
Yeah.
Is he going to be the guy? He's going to be starting next to Xavier. That's all I want to know.
Is this seriously? I mean, I'm very happy for you guys. But do you not listen during the most successful radio show of 2023? Is that what happens here?
I'm actually fully with Jason. No, here's why. Because Jason gave a fact about Edgerrin Cooper after being asked a question that he basically explained in the first after Brad asked it. And then now, all I'm going to hear, Jason, for the next time until we talk to you is, man, Edgerrin Cooper, he picked up a fumble. He's going to be amazing.
Hey, Jason said it.
Jason, we appreciate the time. I'm flabbergasted. In fairness to Kyle, who I love, right? You're my brother, as we like to say. I know what you want because you've got your green and gold glasses. You want stuff to get excited about, and I love that about you. And I think ultimately these are guys that you will be excited about. But as I just got done writing in my story about what Jeff Hafley told us about the defense, like he talked about what a great vibe it is right now. Of course it's a great vibe. They're undefeated. Nobody is second-guessing the defensive coordinator after he gave up 400 yards to Caleb Williams in Chicago, right? Like this is a time where hope springs eternal, and you, as a Packers fan, are more than deserving to enjoy that excitement and that potential and that expectation that they're going to be great. I think that they got some players that are really going to fit what they want to do. We have heard a lot about how their defense is going to be more about play style, about being fast and decisive and keeping things so guys don't have to think and don't have to do so much read and reacting. And I think that's what you are going to want, Kyle, as a Packers fan on defense. But I also think you need to be aware that when you do things that way, there is also the potential of giving up big plays, right? Because if you're really aggressive, you can overrun stuff, you can be in the wrong spot. And for all the criticism, deservedly so, that Joe Barry's system got, it was predicated on, hey, let's not let them get any big plays on us. Let's not let them get behind us. Let's make them drive the length of the field. The problem is that they let them drive the length of the field too often. So this is going to be fascinating. I can't wait for training camp. I think there will be a lot more that you can be excited about. But as of right now, it's early, and we got to wait and see.
Well, Torey Lowe won Best Interview in Large Market. We'll be definitely sending in this interview with Jason Wilde to the WBAs to win that award. Jason, we appreciate the time.
You guys are really something. All right, take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. Hear him from 9 to noon across these very stations, as him and Tausch also like to talk about the great work from Gina Della from Pella.
You're experiencing it right now. It's sunnier outside, warmer weather. You're probably opening your windows. You got the glare coming in from the sun. Translation, you need to address those windows you've been putting out for so long. Pella. Ben, we were in the showroom.
Translation, get new windows.
Exactly, because, Ben, we saw it, right? We saw the shades between the glass. We saw the hidden screens.
Again, you talked about opening windows. Like, there's like 5 different ways to open windows that I didn't know was possible to open windows, and they make it cool.
Yeah.
I told you, I set a date. I have a date for going to pick out windows at the showroom.
And that's what they do. They will meet you where you are at, and that includes in financing, because don't miss out this incredible deal. 0%
Tell us,
interest.
CPA dork.
Yeah, you can't find this everywhere, folks. 0% interest. In this economy, get out of here. 0% interest for up to 60 months with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, but you have only until May 10th. That's why Ben set his appointment, because there's a sense of urgency to it. 0% interest, 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation, just like Ben, today at PellaWI.com.
PellaWI.com. More Kyle, Brust, and Nortman wrapping up ESPN Wisconsin next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. the best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I cannot imagine that there's any way that he missed the game because he's unhappy that the game was on turf. I think that's preposterous to me.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30.
I thought they looked great. I got to be honest, I think that's what I kind of expected from the Packers.
Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Also sponsored by Construction Business Group and Island Resort and Casino.
Kessler's has diamond pendants for Mother's Day.
Diamond pendants for only $70.
Mother's Day celebrates motherhood.
And it's always appropriate to give a Mother's Day gift to a mom.
Diamond pendants for only $70.
Your mother is a mother.
Your wife may be a mother.
Your girlfriend may be a mother.
Your sister may be a mother.
Your grandmother's certainly a mother.
You might even have a coworker who is a mother.
Motherhood needs to be celebrated.
Always.
You heard the part about the $70, right?
Giving a diamond pendant to a mom who wasn't expecting it is one of the greatest joys you'll ever experience.
The surprise on their face when you say Happy Mother's Day is worth 10 times the price you paid.
They'll remember that gift forever.
And you will too.
Welcome to Kessler's, where you can buy a diamond Mother's Day pendant for just $70.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
It has been proven time and time again that LeBron James wants head coaches there not to coach him, but to take the blame. Because anytime he has a high-level Hall of Fame coach, he voluntarily leaves. He left Spoelstra. He left Ty Lue. And at the end in Cleveland, correct me if I'm wrong, the first time around, this guy's not Hall of Fame, but he's Coach of the Year level, he left Mike Brown, who is an excellent coach in Cleveland. The moment he has a coach that almost comes as close to as good as him in relative professionally in their profession, he's out. He doesn't want a big-name coach. He doesn't want a coach that's unfireable. He only wants coaches that are fireable, and they're fireable after 2 years. Darvin Ham had a winning record. Is anyone blaming Darvin Ham for all of this? This is crazy.
No.
It's crazy to blame Darvin Ham. LeBron James, whoever the next coach of the Lakers is going to be very fireable upon arrival.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Lowe's knows pros need the right tools for every job. That's why we sell the largest in-store selection of Klein tools anywhere. Find new items launching exclusively at Lowe's, like the self-leveling laser level for just $159.98. Plus, shop the Connect socket set for just $49.98. Get Klein tools in-store and online today. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year. What, really? Wow. On 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We do such a great job of this show that we only left 1 minute in the last portion of the ESPN Wisconsin hour. Then we go to the 414 at 4. But before we do that, I got to tell you about the Princeton Club, because whether it's the Madison locations or New Berlin, you have a great place to invest in your health. Open 24/7, free childcare with the membership. That's huge. Free childcare with the membership. I've done personal training. You can find your passion. They have weights, they have cardio, they have workout classes. You name it, they have it. cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin for your better tomorrow. Have the courage to go in there, get a tour, and you will join and love every second of it. Anything you guys like to add before we say goodbye to Madison?
I love KBN Nation. Thank you so much.
Alex?
Shout out Madison. Thanks for the weekend.
Good weekend in Madison?
Good weekend.
Good to hear.
Feels good to be first place.
Did you have a good weekend? Did you really? Did you really? Because you lost to Jesse Nelson.
Time's up, Ben.
2 minutes. We'll be right back.
The delays along southbound 43 are now stretching basically from before Silver Spring all the way down past Keefe. Northbound's backing up as well from before Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. On westbound 94, you're backed up out of the Marquette interchange all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. We've got backups on westbound 894 coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 68th Street with that construction zone. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, clouds increase later on with a low of 49. Tomorrow, showers and storms likely with a high of 67 at the lake, 72 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaki County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer cater to golfers of all skill levels. Settled amongst over 250 acres of beautiful private land, the Bog offers a truly unforgettable golf experience. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, and after your round, have a signature cocktail while enjoying our Friday fish fry from the clubhouse overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's the award-winning 414-hour at 4 on KBN.
Hey. Hey.
Hey is right.
Hey.
Hey.
Come on, give me an
Hey.
A. No, give me one from you guys.
Hey.
Hey. This is an award-winning show right here. You have to find the beep beep. You got it.
Oh, the beep beep is so good.
Ask for help. Do your job.
Is there a search function on those drops?
There is a search function. It has to be somewhere in the page, somewhere on a computer.
If you find it after we asked, I'm gonna be so sad.
It's on the computer. Is there a beep beep saved on the computer?
I think I got it, guys.
Unreal.
You're a good
producer. You're a good producer.
You gotta turn that into a high key.
So good.
Strofe, hard worker. Strophy's just all around good. I can't wait to wipe that. I'm gonna smash that computer after the show. I don't want any evidence of that.
Oh boy, he got you.
God, did you know that Alex Strofe's favorite basketball player on the Badgers growing up was me? You're a good producer. Did you know that?
He was your favorite player?
Be honest. Let's be real.
I'm always honest about this. Yeah, you were.
You got all those options.
How did you have him? This was a shock too. How did you have him represented on your phone?
He was not my phone. It was before I had I had a flip phone at the time because I was in middle school.
Then how'd you put it on Instagram?
No, hold on, everybody relax.
All right, everyone, let's let Alex Strofe go.
I had a Android tablet back when those were actually a thing. Now Kyle's the only man in Wisconsin that has an Android phone.
Oh wow!
And Ben Brust, after he hit that shot against Michigan, there's a great photo of him flying around. That was my lock screen for 2 years.
2 years.
It was a long time. It was probably my longest running lock screen. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Did you?
And then I met him. And
don't meet your heroes, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Don't you have? Am I still up on your Instagram? Did you archive me?
I may have archived you.
Are you kidding me?
Oh wow! He archived. That's big time.
You archived me?
You got archived by somebody that came in second place.
You pissed me off once. I was like, I gotta wipe all evidence.
Are you serious?
That's funny.
That is hilarious.
No. You didn't do that.
How the mighty have fallen. He went from on the boys' page to not even there. Archived is more disrespectful. He didn't delete it. He archived it.
Well, that means he could bring it back.
Well, just for him to look at maybe.
Oh, no. There it is. May 31st or March 31st. He's got a picture of me and Gosser on his Instagram.
March 31st of what year?
Not telling you, so you don't go back and archive it.
No, it's fine. I won't archive it. 2014?
And then, as the author, 527 weeks ago, you tweeted at someone, you commented at someone, you go, "These are my boys."
Oh no!
I love having this.
Look at you walking in your dream. Look, your dreams really became a reality. You got to work with him, and how disappointing that has been.
It's been much more of a dream to work with you and Brad.
I just commented on that picture and just said "sup," and now I'm screenshotting this so it lives forever.
Could you imagine?
So now he archives it. I got it.
Could you imagine middle school Strofe?
I just opened it. It says, "This comment has been moved to the hidden section."
What?
They will think you're a bot.
Probably.
Or a creep going through somebody's photo.
A young boy in 2015. Alex, how old were you? You were 14 years old. I just commented on a 14-year-old's picture.
Yeah, that's creepy.
14?
2014.
No, I would have been 15.
Yeah, that's my point. You're 20 years ago. 10 years
still illegal.
Stop.
You would have thought if Ben Brust would have commented on your post, you would have thought, "I have arrived."
Yeah.
Do you feel like that right now?
No doubt. I remember, so when I was in college in my dorm room, I had a podcast I did.
A poster of me?
No, I had a
podcast.
poster. And this was before Ben worked at Good Karma, and he came on my podcast.
What?
Yeah.
And we played a game called One Word, and it was a year where the Badgers were very bad.
You should have known. You should have known that he was a loser because he came on some random college student's podcast.
No, he begged and told me that I would make his life if I went on the podcast.
Make his life.
You responded to somebody who wanted you.
Find the reach.
Yeah, the reach would be funny to find if you could. Do you think it was through a Twitter DM?
You were desperate for attention at that time.
No, I worked for Good Karma.
He said it's before you worked for Good Karma.
No, before he worked. I worked at Good Karma, so I thought it was doing a nice thing to a aspiring young journalist.
Yeah,
I don't know what he considers himself.
Do you still have that somewhere?
Have what?
The podcast.
Oh, that would actually be funny to dig
really
up.
Fun to bring up.
I do have it somewhere. I just found the message. So, ... What's it going to take to get you on a podcast to discuss your career, Badgers, the Ball brothers, etc.? Would be a short interview. And then you just said, could do phone after work tomorrow.
You started with so ...
This is the first time you messaged him?
Yeah, it was the first message in our Twitter DMs.
And were you nervous?
No.
Yeah,
oh, that's a lie.
Yeah, you were. You were like, so.
He waited and asked that for so long.
But what did you start with? So, what will it take to get you on? Oh,
that
man.
Could be
I had all the power.
Question.
If I knew.
It's actually the only time we've DM'd. We have not DM'd since.
Does he follow you?
Yes, I follow Strofe.
Oh, okay.
I'm not you. I'm not illiterate with social media.
I follow you too.
800-990-3776. This is the award-winning Kyle Brust and Nortman across 94.5 ESPN. We have the WBA 2023 Large Market Show of the Year.
The bar is high, fellas. The bar is high.
And we're going to talk non-sports because this just popped up in my head.
Well, how the heck does Jesse win an award where there's actual professionals in the category? I'd be irate. Talk about election tampering.
Yeah.
It is that
Count
season.
the votes.
Yeah, it is that season.
I do have a question. Is it odd to have another, as like a college student, to have another grown man on your wall? Like a photo, like a poster.
What do you mean?
Like if he really had a poster of you on his wall in college, wouldn't that be weird?
He didn't.
But I'm just saying, people would do that. Is that not awkward to you?
Do they do that?
Yeah, they do that. The poster sales they have at these college campuses, I always found that to be odd. Why would I want somebody else on my wall?
Especially in college. At that point, it becomes a little bit weird. I think the last like poster picture I ever bought was like freshman year of high school.
What was your last poster that you had? 800-990-3776.
Mine was an autographed AJ Hawk.
No way.
Yeah.
That was your last poster?
Well, no, it was like a picture, and like he was like signing autographs.
You had a picture
so I got
of a man,
but like poster. Yeah, it was like a not like a.
I went through a poster phase, for sure. Not in college, but like when I was in like high school.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a little weird. Now, I was a NASCAR nerd in college. I had flags of my favorite driver hanging in my bedroom.
That's fun. That's different. A poster
but
of
like,
a person that you put
but like,
of a
let's be
human
honest. In my apartment bedroom, like, hey, you want to come? Hang out?
We're talking college?
Yeah, like. You come in. There's a NASCAR flag in a race car.
Wisconsin recruits all over the country for people. So I mean, them Southern Belles and them East Coast Belles.
There's no Southern Belles at University of Wisconsin.
There's a couple of them Southern folks, a lot of Cali kids, but some good Southern folks down there in the East Coast.
Beef Remington, as Huey Lewis was his last poster.
Oh, interesting.
Music's definitely open. Too.
I bought movie posters for my college dorm room.
Oh,
I had
wow.
Gladiator, The Hangover, and Dumb and Dumber. Is that lame?
I mean, like,
good movies.
It's so Brad. It's just so Brad. Gladiator, which is like, I don't know, everyone loved Gladiator in that era. Dumb and Dumber is like your classic.
It is a classic.
Dopey suburban white guy from Brookfield movie. And then what was the third?
The Hangover. It was the new movie that came out. The new
another suburban white guy.
Yeah, no risk. There's no risk to those movie posters. It's like no one's going to come in and be like, you like that movie?
Yeah. And they're going to be like, oh, Hangover, bro, I like that one too.
Dumb and Dumber? Oh, man.
We should watch that together.
Yeah, Brad, you're safe.
Did you make friends because of those?
Of course.
Conversation.
Now, I still have my 5-piece Star Wars canvas that I've had up at
I'm listening.
Yeah, it's the original 6, even though I don't like the prequel, but it's a 5-piece canvas that I had hung in my apartment, and since my girlfriend's come in the picture, she has not allowed me to put up the 5-piece Star Wars canvas.
Losing all control. It's okay. That's life.
No, but it's a great canvas.
I would love to see that canvas.
If you don't need it.
Oh, I'll show you. I put it up on Facebook when I put it up the first time,
Well, it
and I was like so
collect
proud.
dust. If you want to, I can hold on to it for you until you want it.
No.
Are you sure? It shouldn't just sit in the basement somewhere.
Appleman in the Orchard, he's got the Star Wars poster up in his bedroom. Now, this is a 5-piece canvas, so it's large. As far as the poster thing, what about all these grown married men with kids that have caves with cardboard cutouts of players?
Yeah, that's weird.
Wait, people have cardboard cutouts, not jerseys hanging? They have cardboard.
Like fatheads.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird too. That's weird. But I just, it's not my thing, right? Like the last poster I bought was the Packers Super Bowl poster in 2011 that had the Packers on it. Like, and it's literally collecting dust.
Dugio's back. Dugio, did I say it right?
Yeah, you did. Nice job.
Hey, he had a Kenny Powers, Danny McBride from Eastbound and Down.
Oh, that's a good one.
Classic that time of year, too.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett with the Entourage.
Ben or Brad, have either of you ever been made into a cardboard cutout during your athletic career?
Yeah, you should have.
I think I had a head once.
A what?
Like just like my head, like in the crowd. But my favorite sign was "I lust for Brust."
Oh, wow.
Of course that would be your
Is
favorite.
that a woman?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter, man or woman.
yeah.
Did you meet
Either
the woman?
way? There was also I was tagged in a Facebook post.
Wait,
Ben
no,
Brust,
I want you to
Ben
answer that
Brust,
question.
will you marry me?
Answer
You
that
ignored my
question.
question.
Answer that question.
Did you meet the woman with the "I lust for Brust" sign?
I did not.
Do you regret that?
Maybe. No, I don't.
The only thing that's been made out of me personally.
Shut up, Strofe.
Oh, I want to know what
Sorry,
was,
Brad, go ahead.
what sweet nothings were whispered in your ears, Strophy.
Literally.
My fortune for Nortman.
That's a good one. Let's get that going. Lexi, for Christmas one year, made me a bobblehead. Made me into a bobblehead. But it was like Lexi getting me a gift. So like no wild thing.
Wait. What? She made you into a bobblehead?
You can submit multiple pictures of like different angles of your face and stuff, and you can get a bobblehead made that looks like you. And it's me punting a football for the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, that is wonderful.
It's in my office right now.
As an NFL player, your wife had to custom order a bobblehead?
Yeah, she'd like send in multiple pictures, multiple angles of my face. It actually looks like me. It's pretty.
Can you send a picture for tomorrow's show, please?
Absolutely.
Write it down.
Is that hanging up somewhere or not hanging up on a shelf somewhere?
It's right in my office.
Oh,
it's like
See,
prime real estate in my office.
Should we get a show bobblehead?
I was gonna say, you're telling me I could get
we could be at a bobblehead.
Hunter
Yeah, of Alex Strofe.
bobblehead of me.
Kyle Wallace and Ben Brust. Ben Brust shooting Kyle.
Maybe we backpedaling.
Backpedaling.
Like you do with your takes.
Warhawks stand.
Warhawks
close.
Kyle backpedal Wallace.
It's a pretty great bobblehead.
Are we getting a KBN bobblehead before our WBA award that Strofe can't be in?
No, Stroh's a part of it.
He wasn't a part of this. Maybe next year.
I take full responsibility.
Without Strofe,
There's no way you're winning.
who
that
had
award.
his cool WBA pin on,
Cool.
his suit. That put us
Cool,
over the
you
edge for
did.
first place.
I ended up taking it off, but I did have it on when that
You
award was
douche.
announced.
A pin?
douche. I would have wore.
It's like legitimately a campaign pin. This really is like presidential season.
You're right.
How did that pin do for play-by-play of the year that Jesse Nelson got first place?
When do you think the pin was taken off?
As soon as you lost.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Well, if you have any more posters that aren't, I'm getting a couple that are a little bit questionable.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, little
Jenna
little,
Jameson.
Lola Bunny?
Lola Bunny. Yeah, that's a nice one.
But speaking of ways to keep the ladies in your life happy, especially your mother, you got to go to Welky'sMothersDay.com. That was a horrible transition. Just go to break. I'll do that when we come back.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
You throw hands?
Do I throw hands?
With T.O.
Will I?
No,
I throw hands with Andre the Giant, man.
I love you, Lou. That's Lewis from the north side. The north side always knows.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, looks like we've got a crash now southbound on 43 at the Marquettes off on the left shoulder. So that is going to be affecting your ride. We've also got a little bit of a backup on the northbound side, too, coming up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to Keefe. Westbound 94 itself is going to be slow out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by the Club at Lock the Bell. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time at club@lockthebell.com. And checking the GMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 51. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with showers and storms likely, a half inch to an inch of rain, a high of 68 at the lake, 73 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Football guy.
What the hell happened to Bucky on your hat?
Football guy.
A lot of wear and tear for old B.
Coming at it from different views.
I'm just saying he's well worn. I mean, his face is missing. Okay, well, it's probably time for me to freshen that up. Bucky wants to flip you off right now.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Sarah, we're doing it again for Mother's Day.
We're doing it again? I can't believe we did it the first time.
It's a real rose,
An American Beauty rose.
completely covered in pure 24-karat gold.
These are amazing.
Or you can get your rose covered in pink gold.
Real gold. Pure gold. And are you ready for this?
I'm never ready for this next part.
$99.
I need to lie down and put a cool rag on my forehead.
A full-size American Beauty rose preserved forever in pure gold.
Wait a minute.
Okay, we're waiting.
Can I buy 2 of them?
Of course.
Wait.
Okay.
Can I buy 3 of them and give 1 to my mom and 1 to my best friend and keep 1 for myself?
Of course you can, Sarah. This is America.
You'll find $99 full-size gold roses at Kessler's. Visit Kessler'sDiamonds.com to find the location nearest you.
Happy Mother's Day!
Lower prices. Those aren't words you hear too often these days. But at your local Milwaukee and Chicago area IKEA stores, they've rolled out new lower prices on hundreds of your favorite furniture and home furnishing options throughout the store, making it more affordable to give any room in your home a stylish makeover. Utilizing innovations in design, production, and packaging, we strive to cut costs and lower prices without compromising quality, passing those savings on to you. Visit your local IKEA stores to see what savings are coming next.
The Vollrath Company implemented a DocuWare content management solution from James Imaging Systems. Vollrath Director of Information Systems, John Sharp.
They've helped us upgrade from a previous version of our document management to automate our accounts payable processes, to store the invoices, do the three-way match, and really streamline those processes.
In addition to a DocuWare content management solution, the key to continued success is the James Imaging Systems Solutions Group.
And as an extension of our team, they've got intimate knowledge of why we've done some of the things that we do. And when we run into any issues, they're there to support us.
A DocuWare content management solution from the James Imaging Systems Solutions Group.
They know exactly where we are in our project cycle so that we've always got continuous improvement.
Content management and workflow automation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year. What, really? Wow. On 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The Welkies Mother's Day giveaway is always a great one, but we made it even better for you this year. Make sure you become the talk of Mother's Day by from now until the 11th. So 5 days. Register at WelkiesMothersDay.com. WelkiesMothersDay.com. And the winner will get a one-night stay at the St. Kate the Arts Hotel, a gift card to one of their St. Kate restaurants, and, of course, a big bouquet of flowers straight from Welkies Milwaukee Florist. And if you don't win, you can still use 10% off when you call and place an order and mention ESPN at checkout. Show the mom in your life how appreciated she is and register at Welkies, WELKES, MothersDay.com. Wop, wop, wop. I don't know what I'm saying, but wop.
You rap it to the beef.
Wop, wop, wop.
J-Dub versus Drake.
This is the beef song?
All right. Now,
yeah.
now, could I do a timeout on the beef thing? Is there a way to do a 90-second version to the people who are stupid like me that may be listening, that just want to be up to date and have some sort of idea what is going on with Kendrick Lamar and Drake?
Yes.
Ooh, a little pop culture headline. I need this too.
Well, I can give you
I know Brad don't know.
Desperately.
I know I don't know. And I know 80% of people listening have no idea what's going on with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, but they know something's happening.
Well, there was a song that Drake and J. Cole made that they talked about the big three. The big three as the big three top rappers out right now, which would be Drake, which would be J. Cole, and which would be Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
In that song, there were a couple veiled shots taken at at Kendrick Lamar for not being part of this and thinking he's bigger than the big three, even though those are the top three rappers. And so they had that song.
So real quick, slow down for us at home. Drake, J. Cole, and who?
Kendrick Lamar.
Those are the three that were featured in the song.
Yes.
But I thought you said Kendrick Lamar was...
Well, no. those two were featured in the song. Kendrick Lamar decided not to be on the song.
Okay.
And so
Kendrick Lamar out on the Drake J. Cole song.
Because he thinks he's too big time?
Yeah, I don't know. He thinks I don't like messing with them like that. He thinks he's on his own. And so then he came back and responded in a song called Like That, where he said, bumps the big three. It's just big me, right? So
I like that.
He took some shots at Drake and he took some shots at J. Cole. And J. Cole responded. And J. Cole responded with a 7-minute diss track that he put on his album. But this is where it takes a turn.
So 7-minute diss from J. Cole towards Kendrick Lamar.
Just wait.
It was fire. It was great. But then J. Cole had a change of heart. He decided, he went on stage at a concert and said, you know what, y'all? I'm making the decision. That ain't me. I'm not like that. I'm not trying to do this. He took the song off streaming platforms because he said he didn't want to be a part of this. So he tapped out. And now we find out he tapped out because he didn't want to be made fun of or ribbed like this beef going on with Drake and
Was
J.
it a
Cole.
smart move by J. Cole to tap out?
It was a very smart move by J. Cole because after he tapped
Wouldn't
out,
he seem as weak?
Well, initially he did, and
surrendering.
Then Drake tapped in, and he hit Kendrick Lamar with a nice beef, and then Kendrick Lamar said, "Oh, that's all you got," and then he said, "Pow! Here's another song."
So Kendrick Lamar drops another diss straight at Drake.
He dropped his first one at Drake, and then he had another one for Drake waiting for him, right? So he dropped two to Drake's one. Drake responds to Kendrick Lamar, and 30 minutes later, what happened? Kendrick Lamar responds to Drake. It was nonsense. It was crazy. They're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Two of hip-hop's biggest artists have a beef where they're making songs talking about each other, airing out their dirty laundry. It is insane. It is crazy. It is what hip-hop needs. And then Drake just dropped something yesterday where he said, these are my final words and I'm done.
I was going to say, is this one big game of like you're it? Because like, how does this end?
That's it.
It feels like Kendrick Lamar won.
That's what people are saying. Kendrick Lamar won.
This is from an uneducated. You should see my notes right here.
What would you say?
Drake beef, J. Cole 7-minute diss, Kendrick Lamar Like That. It was just big man. Concert admitted that wasn't him. He took it off. That was J. Cole. Tap in, Drake.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
Wait, someone came up with a song in 30 minutes?
Here's the thing. I don't think it was 30 minutes. I feel like he had it in the chamber. There's a whole thing behind this where they said that Kendrick Lamar already had these songs stored out because there was a mole in Drake's camp. They said there was a mole in Drake's camp that was feeding information to Kendrick. But here's the big twist, fellas. Drake's last song said that mole that you thought was a mole feeding you that information that had an 11-year-old daughter, guess what? We plotted that because we knew that you would hear information and you wouldn't think it through and you would just take that information and rap about it. That's what Drake said on the last one. He said, yeah, that was all fake. We set you up so you would rap about things that weren't true to show that you ain't the real one.
So it's like a triple agent.
Oh, my God. Drake is
Not
great
a double
actor.
agent, a triple agent.
He's a producer of Euphoria.
Why isn't Drake winning then if he did that?
Well, Drake just did that. Well, Drake was losing before that. And some people think, we don't believe it, but I love Drake, but Kendrick Lamar had dropped some hot bars.
He was dropping some bombs on Drake.
Was anything like cross the line where it's like, dang, I can't believe you brought that up?
All over the place. All over the place.
I love a good line crossing thing.
No, listen, it got to the point where I said they're talking about children. They're talking about Kendrick Lamar wrote a song speaking to Adonis, Drake's son, saying, you'll understand this song when you're 18, but be a better man than your father is, and I know you're this. I'm like, this is disrespectful.
Were they enemies before this started? It seems like a lot to
They
do.
have music together. Some of Kendrick Lamar's best songs have Drake on it. So listen, it's been crazy nonsense, but it was entirely too much.
800-990-3776. Justin chimes in and says, Drake didn't stand a chance against Kendrick, one of the best songwriters of our generation. I did not know that. Are you a songwriter? Are you still a songwriter?
He is a songwriter.
Okay.
What's the greatest evaluatory tool of a? Is it the beat or is it the lyrics?
You are so funny.
No, seriously,
It's definitely the lyrics.
The lyrics?
Definitely.
Are they even putting much thought into the beat? It must be so lyric focused.
No. Here's the thing. They get beats to them. They get so many different beats that they have nonstop, and so they just have what they wrote already, or sometimes they can hear a beat and they can write it, but they already have notes down. These guys are geniuses.
If you think there was a rap beef that broke out between Brust and Nortman, who do you give the upper hand to?
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Ben will be creative with the way that he presented it, because Ben's more like Drake, And Brad
Who
is
am
more
I?
like Kendrick. Because Brad, listen, we've seen your work. We know your performance on singing ain't there, but when you
Fair.
have created all these great stories
Poems
and
and
poems
punny
listen,
baloney.
it's inside of you. You were able to create stuff just like that. I feel like Ben might have some comical punchlines, but I feel like you would cut deep.
Sir Larry O'Brien, to be or not to be? That is the question.
Yeah.
Proof of concept right there.
Yeah, and I
You
could-
tell me I'm gonna lose to that dork?
yeah, you would. You would. To be or not to be, you loser.
Okay, last question.
All right, last question for
Okay.
everyone. Brad Nortman on Kendrick Lamar v. Drake.
But this is like, and it's reflective of like that quick song turnaround. In like 8 Mile, when they make up things on the spot, they actually do that. Like they must think of this way beforehand. There's no way you can come up with those lyrics and lines just like that.
This is not a rap battle. See,
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
different.
I'm pivoting. I know the difference. I'm not that bad.
Oh, let me get you up to speed. Yes,
In a
they
rap
do.
battle,
Yes, they do think of songs on the spot.
Now that is talent.
It
I gotta
is.
say, that's unbelievable.
You know what else is talent? Being able to be a B-52 bomber.
Pays more.
Great point.
Do you not know that Brad's nickname is the B-52 bomber?
No, I did not know that.
He was known in Charlotte.
Graham Gano.
There was a feature in the Charlotte Inquirer.
Charlotte Magazine.
Yeah.
And
You'll have to look it up, Stroh.
Graham Gano gave me the name B-52 because I dropped bombs, like my punts, like B-52 bomber. And it stuck, and Charlotte knew me as that, and it went as far as Charlotte Magazine. The title of the feature story was like At Home with B-52. That's how much it went on. And collectively.
What was your number in Jacksonville?
3.
Yeah. 52
I
was
wanted to be
taken?
8, but they said that's kind of secretly Mark Brunell's.
They haven't retired his jersey yet?
I don't know why.
What are they waiting for?
I don't know.
But right now I need Universal Windows Direct from you, Kyle.
Oh, yes. I can definitely give you that right now.
Because you love your Windows.
I do love my windows from Universal Windows Direct. Spring is here, and it only is going to get hotter from here. Do not cool off the outside this year. Call my guys at Universal Windows Direct. They have super spacer technology, which helps keep the edge of the glass warmer, holds the window seal longer, and makes the window last up to 5 times longer than other window systems. Do not wake up with a cold house. Get Universal Window Direct, and they will take care of that, and they back it up with a true 20-year warranty. Call Universal Windows Direct today at 414-410-2000. And listen, for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. You buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Buy 20, get 20. KBN Nation, there is no limit, plus 0% financing for 60 months. Updating your windows with Universal Windows Direct means extra protection from the elements outside. 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today, and tell them I told you to come and get additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com. That's UWD.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Look at the screen.
So for those of you who are listening on our YouTube stream,
at ESPN Milwaukee,
lovely.
The B-52 At Home with Brad Nortman. They did Lexi wrong.
The hands are a little bit. I'm holding Lexi's hands. We're
No,
kind of
I'm saying, why is it with Brad Nortman? She clearly designed the house.
Right.
She did. She did. This is fresh off a new set of wheels for Lexi, too. This is like, I think she better have had it for you.
No, Brad was like, they're doing a magazine cover? We only have one car? I got to buy a car.
No, I can't be that embarrassed. But At Home with B-52.
Yeah, what you doing with your hand?
I don't know. It's one of those.
They told you to do it.
I think they did. It's a strange look for the two of us. That's also a free T-shirt from Nike.
Of course.
I should add that.
Are you still signed to Nike?
No.
Hell no.
They dropped,
I would already ask for some
after
gear.
like 3 months of being a free agent, they're like, we're not renewing you. Sorry. I said, oh, wow. That happens quick.
The bad news just keeps coming.
All right, I got 3 different show topics before Brian Balaga. Kyle Wallace on Jordan Morgan. We have Brad, who has his most embarrassing injuries based off Matt LaFleur tearing his pec. And we have Kyle Wallace ranting about how young the NBA players are right now in comparison to the Bucks. We vote as a team and get back to you next. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Craig Counsell bobblehead that was given away, and we, just did a nice, soliloquy. Is that the right word?
Yeah, like a montage.
Like a Virgil.
Vigil.
Vigil.
Kinetics all the way in.
A vigil. We did a vigil.
Vigil.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43, the ramp to get onto westbound 94. We've got an accident there. Looks like we got the left lane block there, too. So that's going to be affecting your ride. Northbound's going to be slow out of the Marquette all the way to Keefe. And then on 894 westbound, watch for those delays coming out of the Mitchell Interchange all the way to 68th Street. Traffic is brought to you by the Delafield Brewhouse, award-winning restaurant and brewery, celebrating 25 years this month. Located on the corner of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield, the Delafield Brewhouse. Drink ale, live lager. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 51. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with showers and storms likely, a high of 68 at the lake, 73 inland. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
For the ultimate sports betting experience, get in the game at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Unleash your inner champion with dozens of betting kiosks, a VIP deck, high-end bar, first-class restaurant, broadcast booth, a 2,000-square-foot video wall, and more. It's a sports fan's paradise, 24/7. Bet above the rest. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Visit the website for more. Must be 21 years old. All bets must be made on site.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Racine Danish Kringles. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th. Ship Mom something just as sweet as she is. A Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Get her favorite Kringle flavor in a specially designed Mother's Day gift box. You can try their newest flavor that she'll love, Peach Cobbler Kringle. Go to Kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH to order. You can have it conveniently shipped right to Mom. Kringle.com, 1-800-4DANISH, Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
It pretty much hurt doing anything. I couldn't ride a bicycle. You don't have your life because you don't have your mobility.
So when Patrick heard about QC Kinetics here in Milwaukee and their non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain, no waiting, he called them immediately.
There's no downtime. There's no rehab. That was the tipping point for me. I didn't have to take any drugs. I didn't have to rehab.
Before considering surgery, check out QC Kinetics all-natural treatment options that restore and repair damaged joint tissue in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back.
If you have knee replacement surgery and then the knee is not yours and there's no guarantee that that's going to be successful.
QC Kinetics. Patients around the country are raving about the results. They're getting back their mobility, taking back their lives with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
The guy who once cheated on his first aid class and now an award-winning radio host. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year, baby, on 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Oh, I did some yard work this weekend. I needed to rest, honestly, after that. Lay on a flat surface. My back was all jacked up. You know who I'm calling next? I'm calling QC Kinetics. That's because if you have joint pain, back, shoulder, knees, hips, wherever it is, they will help you with their advanced regenerative treatments. It's not just surgery and drugs that are the things on the market. Now, those aren't your only options. QC Kinetics doesn't use any of that. It uses their regenerative medicine to use your body's own healing properties to help heal that nagging joint pain. And I'll be honest, this is the time of year where you want to be most active. Spring, summer, fall. This is the best time of year in Wisconsin to do things you love to do. I'm going to be out there golfing soon. I want to be feeling great when I go out there and do things. You know I'm active. You know that my body, it's key to being able to live the way I want to do. QC Kinetics is trying to give you the life that you want by being active and getting rid of all that joint pain. You're probably feeling it right now, so it's probably time for you to call QC Kinetics right now to get that free consultation at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
It was either going to be Kyle Wallace ranting and raving about the youth movement in the NBA playoffs, Brad Nortman talking about some embarrassing injuries based off Matt LaFleur tearing his pec bench pressing, or Kyle Wallace on Jordan Morgan. And the executive decision has been made by, yeah, stuff happens back there. You good? The producer of this show, Alex Strove, said we got to talk about Jordan Morgan.
Oh, we can definitely talk about Jordan Morgan. I'm glad the producer chose what I wanted to talk about with Jordan Morgan, but really what we want to talk about with Jordan Morgan. It really comes down to
his name is Kyle Wallace. My name is Ben Brust. Brad Nortman. Kyle Brust and Nortman with you, 800-990-3776. If you want to react to Kyle reacting to what Jordan Morgan just said.
Listen, it's that simple, is that you guys heard me. I was a little critical of the first-round draft pick, not so much because of I didn't think the kid had talent, but because I felt like there were other positions that of need that the Green Bay Packers needed to address at a high level, like a first-round pick. And Goody did not do that, so I was upset with Goody. But all it took was for me to actually listen to this young man, Jordan Morgan, speak, and I decided, you know what? I like him. I no longer have any qualms or worries about this kid. I believe in Jordan Morgan. I am a fan now. I mess with Jordan Morgan. Goody, I apologize. I take back what I said because because here's the thing. You got to look at a man's mentality, right? When Jordan Morgan spoke this last weekend at the little rookie minicamp, he acknowledged, like, listen, I hear the haters. I hear people
Do you get scammed?
I do not get scammed. Come on now. I don't get scammed. I'm not getting scammed, but just hear me out. When people address the fact, I hear people talking about my short arms. I hear people talking about all this stuff, but I don't care about that. Those people need to watch the tape. I'm going to play with a chip on my shoulder to let everybody know that I can play left tackle in the NFL. I can be a guy. That is a championship mentality. That is a championship mindset. That is somebody that plays with a chip on his shoulder, and that is the mindset that I want Green Bay Packers players to have. I want somebody to say, I hear the critics. I hear the negativity. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about, and let me do my playing, do all the talking from here on out. That's what I like about that kid at the age of 21, 22, to be able to acknowledge the hate out there and say, I'm about to grind and show y'all what's up. He may not make it as a left tackle, but he's going to make it as a starter for the Green Bay Packers on that offensive line.
Don't you want to wait to see some on-field?
Brad, I was just going to ask you, have you ever liked a player because of what they've said?
No.
It's
Not to
all
my
about
knowledge.
production. Everything's about production.
Because then I don't care if
I
you're
could
outspoken
say
or quiet,
everything
just go on the field.
right and make you feel all gooey inside, but if I suck, you won't care.
No, here's the thing. You're not a first-round pick. Brad, you were drafted, but you're not a first-round pick. But you both were talented at what you did. And you know what made you so talented? It wasn't the fact that you had the skills. What was the fact? You had confidence. You talked about it. Once you have confidence in believing that you belong and I can do something, that's when you truly thrive. Brad became very confident in NFL. He wasn't confident when he first got there because he didn't buy a car for his girl. He wasn't that confident. But then after he had a year of success and after he realized probably at that training camp that, you know what? I feel good about
What does this have to do with Jordan Morgan?
Jordan Morgan has confidence. That's what I'm just trying to let y'all know, that he has confidence. He passes really well. He protects the quarterback really well. He said, you see the stats. That doesn't bother me, though. I'm just going to prove everybody wrong. I want somebody who has a mentality that they want to prove everybody wrong. Brian Bulaga came on here last week or 2 weeks ago talking about iron sharpens iron. That's the mentality I want this offensive line to have. I want him to come in and believe that he can be great.
But don't you want to maybe wait to give judgment until he goes against like Aiden Hutchinson?
Obviously, I'm going to wait to see exactly how. I mean, if he sucks, then boy, I was wrong. But I like the mentality. I don't think this kid's going to suck. This kid is going to be A-okay because he's going to be a grinder on that football field. Anybody that says, watch my film, that's what I like. Hey, watch my film.
That is a good line.
Watch my film, bro.
In college, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What'd you get judged on?
Not anymore.
When you get drafted?
Yeah, it's now all about production in the NFL. I don't care what he did in college. I really don't. You could be great in college and not be a good NFL player.
And he's going to get a taste of it real quickly with Gary and Preston Smith. Like those will be some good tests for him and LVN.
Dwayne in Sheboygan chimes in. Sounds like Kyle is all over the hip hop stuff on Twitter and not focusing on his job with sports, not even knowing there was a Tom Brady roast.
Listen,
get him a show where he can be talking about things he's informed on.
Tom Brady. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this now for KBN, there's anybody. Tom Brady is not a Green Bay Packer, never was a Green Bay Packer. All he did, honestly, the last time he came to Green Bay, what I recall, is he beat the Green Bay Packers. So I don't give a dang of what Tom Brady got going on Netflix and getting roasted.
Justin the 262 chimes in. I'm pretty sure the skills part of the equation is pretty damn important, Kyle. Confidence is great, but you need the skills first.
But he got drafted in the first round. You said it before. Bill Belichick was high on him. Listen.
So now
Bill Belichick was high on him. I believe Bill Belichick, but I believe mentality.
Well, how was Bill Belichick as a general manager the last 3 years?
You using my line. That's what I said. He sucked. Listen, I don't care what y'all say.
No matter what y'all say, Jordan Morgan got confidence.
He does have confidence. He has a chip on his shoulder. Watch his film. I can't wait to see this young man becoming a big piece, important piece of this future Super Bowl championship team. He said he's going to protect our quarterback.
We'll see if Brian Balaga cares about saying the right things or having confidence, or if skills are a bigger part of that equation. With Brian Balaga joining before the Homer Hour featuring Alex Strofe and Brian Balaga. There's a reason why he's been uber quiet this last hour. I know he's been preparing for his 5 to 6 show, so we'll give him another break here to work on things other than our own show. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
So they are lucky. Those other teams, whether it's Kentucky or whether it's Oregon or was it TCU?
That was TCU.
TCU, they're lucky I didn't play in that game. You got upset by a bad team, TCU.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for the Bath Authority, and if your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. All Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA and can be installed in as little as 1 day by a certified factory technician. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety by scheduling your free in-home estimate and getting $1,500 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. Restrictions do apply. The Bath Authority.com.
Engagement rings, wedding bands, and big anniversary diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, the Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnatthebog.com.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Injuries happen, but you don't have to play in pain or stay on the sidelines. Whether it's your kids dealing with a sports injury, college athletes, or the rest of us weekend warriors, the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin will quickly diagnose your problem, lay out a treatment plan that works for you, and get you back in the game. They fixed my knee. My mother-in-law is back on the dance floor with a new hip. These are the experts you can trust. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. Pretty simple. You just pick more or less on 2 or more players' stats for a shot to win up to 100x on your cash. And testing my skills on Prize Picks this playoff basketball season, it's the most simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Made my first $10 deposit and received an instant $10 bonus. If you have the skills, you can play for a shot at turning your $10 into $1,000. This playoff season, the star players mean more on Prize Picks. Keep an eye out for starred players on the board, and you could receive a 10% payout boost if they're in your winning lineup. Download the app today and use that code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. The guy who once cheated on his first aid class and now an award-winning radio host. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year, baby, on 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Friday, May 3rd, the grand opening at Potawatomi Casino Hotels. Brand new sportsbook. It was amazing. We had a great time. There was great food. Want to bet? Plus, found a spot for my daughter's first birthday party. The sportsbook at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start them young. Honestly, if you haven't seen that 2,000 square foot video wall, it feels like 4,000. It is beautiful. It is clean. It is crisp. There's a bar. There's an area for you to actually place bets with humans now, if you like that, if you're not a Gen Z and like human conversation. They have everything you need at Potawatomi Sportsbook. And if you're in a rush, they have free 20-minute reserved parking spaces near the Skywalk. You're going to love it. I will be there a lot because I'm telling you, if there's a big event, they will have it on. They're even not even charging for the UFC stuff that might be like, you charging you at home. So just go hang out at Potawatomi Sportsbook and have some fun with it. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, joined by former Packer and the co-host of the Homer Hour, which will be featured with our producer, Alex Strofe, who doesn't even care about the show. What's up, Brian?
Guys, how's it going?
It's going. Kyle Wallace has an infatuation with Jordan Morgan based off nothing.
What was that word?
Infatuation?
No C, bud. Just infatuation.
Infatuation?
Infatuation.
That's how you say it?
Yeah.
Woo, Ben, I'm right. Don't feel bad. I've been calling infatuation my whole life.
Infatuation?
Infatuation. I thought it was a C in there.
No C.
Infatuation.
Kyle has fallen in love with Jordan Morgan.
Infatuation. I'm infatuated. Oh, my gosh.
Based off not skill, not tape, but the way he speaks. Do you think he's getting ahead of himself?
Well, I didn't hear any of the interview. I kind of saw a couple of the quotes. I didn't really get into it too much, but maybe getting a little bit ahead of yourself. But I mean, what did you particularly like so much, I guess, is my
Good
question.
follow-up.
What I love was the fact that he understood the chatter that was around. He talked about, I was out there at left tackle. I'm trying to show people, I'm a true left tackle. I'm going to play with the fact that I'm going to have a chip on my shoulder. I know people talked about my short arms, but I'm not worried about that. I'm going to prove to everybody that I can be a left tackle. And I like the fact that he has a mentality of, I hear the noise, but I'm going to prove you all wrong. So that means he has a mentality where I want to work my behind off. I want to be the best I can be, and I want to prove people wrong. I like that type of mentality. I think that's a winner's mentality when you have a mindset of I'm going to be the best I can.
Who doesn't say the right things?
I mean, some people. Yeah. I mean, Caleb Williams up here getting his nails done and talking crazy too, but he ain't talking with confidence. He's just talking with nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm glad he's confident in himself. I hope he doesn't, get too much and continue to to talk about this short arm thing. And I mean, that's all over now. So, like, it's time to move on from that. You've been drafted in the first round by the Green Bay Packers. Time to move on from that. There's really nothing more. So I hope he doesn't continue to talk about it and, keep reminding everybody that he does have shorter than average arms. Like, it's not really a big deal anymore. He was drafted. He's expected to be a big time player for them. Hopefully that's the way it pans out. But it's, I hope that a guy that may be the potential starting left tackle of the Green Bay Packers has confidence in himself. I sure hope he does, because it's hard to play that position, let alone any position in the NFL, if you don't really believe in yourself. So I get it. You like what he's saying. It sounds good. I understand it, but I don't know, man. I don't know what else he would be saying at this point in time. I guess.
Thank you, Brian.
The way I
no,
like.
you're done. I know you like it.
People.
Brian,
hard to follow that one. As you can see why, if you heard the intro, Brian, we are the WBA Large Market Show of the Year. So we're continuing our great work right now with Kyle Wallace.
Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thank you. It's because of people like you, Brian. That
it was all about you earlier. Now you want to thank the contributors?
Well, I mean, I'm thanking somebody. We get to have a former NFL player who played for the Green Bay
now
Packers
you're going to
on.
suck up.
No,
my gosh.
I mean, Strophy, you should have been trying to hit up Brian Bulaga, not hit up this has-been and scrub and Ben Brust. He's more excited to work with Brian Bulaga. His dreams are coming true today working with Brian Bulaga.
Yeah, we've already had a couple shows together.
Green Bay Game Day.
We've done this before.
Did you have a picture of Brian Bulaga on your Instagram? Were you cheating on me back then too?
Probably, yeah, probably.
Brian, to continue this conversation forward, right? So Jordan Morgan's going to have a tough transition to the NFL. Every college to NFL transition is tough. When it comes to offensive line specifically, what's the hardest part about making that transition? Is it playbook? Is it speed of the game? Or is it the strength that you're now trying to block against?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's a kind of a little bit of a mix of all of it. But what I found the most challenging, obviously, was the speed of the game. And the guys you're going against are all the best. They're all the best in college. You don't really go against the best. Maybe once or twice a year. The rest of the guys, they'll never step foot in an NFL training camp and anything. So you're just going against guys. So once you get to this level, everyone's the best. Everyone made it out of their college or wherever they came from, and they were the best. They either got drafted or picked up or have been around an NFL team for a while now. So it's that transition of learning how to be ready to go every single snap. You're not getting any plays off, no days off. It's constant 24/7 having to be ready to go. The playbook is another part of it, because while you're trying to handle the speed of the game, making sure you're timing up the snap count and playing with good technique, you also have to run a play, and you have to go through those mechanics in your head and be able to make adjustments on the fly as the quarterback makes adjustments, and as the defense begins to move and there's movement, re-IDs happen, and the center's making calls, and you have to adjust to all this in a split second. So between those two things, to me, is what I found the hardest thing, because everyone's big and strong, and especially these kids coming out of college, this is the strongest they're going to be probably in their NFL careers, coming right out of college. So they have all that down. It's just a matter of making that translate, and that comes with technique. That comes with confidence in the playbook and what you're doing. And those are all things that I found the most difficult putting together in that rookie training camp and OTAs.
Talking with Brian Bulaga here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, 94.5 ESPN and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. And, Brian, I don't want to speak for you, but I don't know if you grew up thinking to yourself, hey, I want to be a right tackle in the NFL. I love how much you love football, but where did your football career start? At what position, and how did you evolve to the right tackle that you were, and why do you still love the game now?
Yeah, I mean, when I started playing, obviously in Pee Wee football, I was always a little bit heavier, so I had to play offensive line. And then when I moved up into 8th grade, the whole, you got to make a certain weight to be able to play a skill position. So then I played linebacker and tight end. Then I got into high school and played tight end and linebacker and defensive end. Senior year, We were a left tackle short. I told the head coach in high school, I'll go play left tackle. I'm fairly certain I'm going to be playing offensive line at Iowa. Obviously got into Iowa, played left tackle, and then the right tackle thing merely happened because of, what happened at Tausch my rookie year. He got hurt, and I stepped in and filled in. I had never taken a snap at right tackle, not even in training camp, not in my entire playing career. So it was the first time doing it, and I got comfortable with it. I thought I, played decent football out there, and they just kind of left me out there. And the one time that I was going to switch to left tackle, I blew my ACL out in camp. Then a guy named Dave Bakhtiari came in, and the job was his, and that's the way it goes. If you miss an opportunity, no matter if it's injury or how unlucky it is, the NFL waits for nobody. So that's how that played out. And I think I enjoyed so much because it's not that I miss playing, but you miss being able to have the conversations about talking about football and breaking down the tape and X's and O's and what's going on in the field. And it's why I enjoy coming on here and talking to you guys about it.
And that's why we have you on Mondays. We're going to win Best Interview of WBA just based off that question and answer right there. That's next year.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, no, I mean, we're not going to throw that one in. We'll get some better stuff, as the season goes. Not that that was bad, but.
Yeah, not talking about specific rookie camp interviews.
Strofe, stop looking at the clock. I'm going to get out so you get a full hour with Balaga, for cripe's sake. Thank you, Brian. I'll be listening to you guys on my way home. The Homer Hour with Alex Strofe in place of Homer with Brian Balaga, the former Packers right tackle, is next in 2 minutes.